take flight. Marc D with the C's got the key to life. Retro toys and comics we adore. TV and movies, let's explore. Sunday Night Geekery, it's the place to be. With Marc D with the C, let your nerd run free. Old school vibes and stories untold. Tune in, tune out, let the magic unfold.
Hey everyone, welcome to Sunday Night Geekery, issue number 216, and we've got the ever awesome Tom Connors joining us from the start tonight, which is great because I haven't seen Tom. Had a chance to stream with him in a bit, I guess. Yep. So great to have you, Tom. Tom is here. He's just looking at the turtles, I guess, right?
The song is too short.
Song is too short. I know. I was just thinking that I was doing some things behind the scene, and I'm like, and thank you to the Geek and I again for the song, but maybe we need to extend it a little bit, right? Yeah.
So you run off to do something, jam into the song, and all of a sudden, shit, it's over. Fuck.
It's over, freak. Yeah. Damn it.
Sorry.
God damn it, Mark. Yeah. No, it's
Damn it,
all
Mark.
good. Damn it, Mark. Yeah, we have fun here. Oh yeah, let's play Damn It, Mark. Yeah, Dadman's not here yet, but let's play. We always got to play that one. Yep.
Never that way.
God damn it, Mark. Jeez.
Jeez. Sounds like Rick Moranis when he says that.
Yeah, that classic clip will live forever. Yeah, yep. So, hope you had a good weekend. Yep. Hope.
Yeah, it wasn't horrible.
Wasn't horrible. Yep. Yep. So hail to Claude Saling and Maddie's daddy says this channel is not for children. We're the adults. There are no adults here. No adults here. And let's play.
They may not be for children, but there sure as hell ain't no adults. That's for sure.
For sure.
This show should be called Man Children. I mean, seriously.
Yeah, my God. Oh, God, yeah. I was actually on Saturday night, I was at my friend's 60th birthday party. I'm like, shit, I know people are 60 and they're actually friends that I went to school with. Like, this is not good. What's going on here? Wait till we're 70 or 80, or hopefully we'll make it to 70 and 80. But one of his buddies that was there at the dinner, which I didn't realize, I've known him, met him just a few times, basically at Harold's birthday parties. There we go. Awesome. And and the guy is a total, we're showing old pictures of Harold to embarrass him, and I don't know and hail to Anthem and Sigh for Chaos. And yeah, you're showing old pictures and stuff. I'm hopefully not boring you guys too much. And then I was talking about this new Batman set that I'll enable everyone with in a minute. And he's like, well, let me show you some of my toys. Like, this is my office. And he's showing me all these toys that he had. And then he clued me into this awesome James Bond battery-powered car from the 60s I didn't know about that his dad had as a kid. And now they're pretty damn expensive. And he's like, oh, and we're looking on eBay. He's like, oh, $350. That's a good deal on that one. I'm like, do you want to get me divorced? How fast do you want to get me divorced here? But yeah, we'll talk about that James Bond car. And we were just going back and forth on the toys that we all collect. He's like, I knew I liked. Yeah, I knew I liked. Yeah, because one thing he was mentioning was he had like some Action Man figures, and he loves old G.I. Joe, and he'd been married about a year, and he had all the toys on like a shelf, and one of his nephews was over when, young nephew. He's like, me play with that? And like he wasn't home, and his wife like grabbed a mint in the box Action Man figure that was, I assuming was pretty valuable, and opened it up for his nephew to play with, and took it all apart and semi-trashed it. And he got home, and he's looking like, where's Action Man? And it's he's like, I let so you let him play? You can't. It was mint in the box. Well, what do you mean mint in the box? What's that mean? So yeah, we're commiserated about that. And then hey, Six, what is this with this massively huge super chat? Says thank you, Six, and says gayest panel ever. So I'll let Tom comment on that before I play some clips. We are very happy here. Oh, we are very happy here. Very happy here. And thank you, thank you, Six. That's super nice. Yeah.
Like an origami chicken.
That's how happy we are here. You haven't seen that clip yet?
I watched one whole episode of that show.
Yep. That shit show?
It wasn't even the first one.
Wasn't the first one? Okay.
I watched the Dork from Orc episode.
The Dork from Orc.
Yeah, where the whatever you call it, transient human being thingy. The chick, the black chick.
Oh, well, she's the photonic being, and well, she's had a couple of pretty. The last episode was based on or mainly centered around her. Yep. So you saw that
the last 4 or 5 or something. Oh
like yeah, there was another one when they visit. Yeah, they've had. She's a terrible. And
she kept talking to the overlords, and they kept bitching at her about not doing her job.
Yep.
And I basically call her the Dork from Orc because it reminded me of Mork and
Mindy.
Mindy.
That's right. Yeah, the end of Mork and Mindy where they.
I'm sorry.
They
I'll do my best to try and be more Star Trekky. Woo.
Late great Robin Williams. Yeah. So that's a good analogy there actually, and God, the writing is just so terrible on that show. But let's play a few clips for the Great Six here.
Nanu.
Oh, I don't have that clip, but I should. Yeah.
Shazbad.
Hey, Jim. Whoa. Excuse me. That's a bad outfit.
Woo.
But I pity the fool.
I
protest. I am not a merry man.
I pity the fool that is a merry man.
Right?
Why are you so merry?
Why so merry?
That's suspect.
Because I never got cast on Star Trek Discovery or Starfleet Academy. That's why. Yep. Thank you. Yep. And hail to Josh Glenn. Yep. I'm not going to put that quote up, but hail. And Danya Piget. Is that how you say it? Yep. Hello. And Real Romeo. Hello.
That's a penis.
Yeah. It is? Oh, yeah. Well, there you go. And
I feel bad about this one because someone told me Neil Sedaka died, and I'm like, I didn't even know he was still alive.
Oh, God, yeah.
They say that breaking up is hard to do. I mean, he was one of those old school, like, doo-wop teen group guys back in the day, right?
Yeah.
So, like,
A lot of hits, and he was a huge songwriter. Yeah, really huge. Yeah. So let's show a little bit about Neil here, yeah. But yeah, so and the Captain Neil song, breaking up his heart, or not breaking up his heart. Which one did he write for the Captain and Tennille that was a huge hit? Yeah.
I don't remember, but I'm sure I would.
Yeah, he did write. Yeah, let's find an article here. Lion Sleeps Tonight. Calendar Girl. Yeah, breaking up is hard to do. Laughter in the Rain.
Did he really write The Lion Sleeps Tonight, though? I don't think he did.
Or he might just be in that.
I was going to say he did one of the versions of it because I think it's based loosely on Weemaway Anyway, which was by that folk singer, Peter. I just forgot his name, but yeah.
Yeah. So here we go with some of his famous songs. Yeah, Happy Birthday, Sweet 16. Yeah, you've heard his songs,
was his big ones. Yeah, that was one of his big ones too. Yep.
Breaking Up
is hard to do is probably his biggest one, but yeah.
Yeah, Laughter in the Rain and Bad Blood. Hits for the Super Cupid. This is the way to go. Love will keep us together. Yeah, Love.
That's the one he did with.
Thank you, Matt. Is that yeah, thank you. Yep, yeah, that was a big one. Yeah, so a lot of these songwriters write a lot of stuff that you might not know, like Bruce Springsteen has written songs for other artists that, and then you hear the song, you're like, oh yeah, that is that is Bruce, right? Yeah.
Paul McCartney,
yeah. So he's written some.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah, so you write stuff. So, but yeah, he was, and I was weird. I was like thinking, like, what's up with Neil Sedaka? Because I just watched Song Blue. Did you get a chance to see that, Tom? I can't remember. No,
but I've heard really good things.
Damn, that was a good movie. Really, really good. Yeah. So really enjoyed that. It's depressing. Like there's a lot going on in the movie, and but it was great performances. Wolverine, of course, can sing, right? Hugh Jackman, which is people might not realize. And Kate Hudson, I didn't know she had released some music before, and she had a damn good voice too. So just an amazing Neil Diamond movie. And Neil Sedaka reminds me, not just of the first name, a little bit, not really the exact style, but just like that wholesome American songwriting. Very Americana, I guess, back in the day. So yeah, very popular guy for a while. And I guess he finally hit it really big again in the 70s, and then really didn't hear much from him lately, right? Yeah, hits in the 60s. But I remember my parents had his vinyl and albums, and he was pretty popular for a while. Did you do stuff on TV? It was basically he never did any acting, right? I don't think. Oh, he was on American Idol here.
I mean,
right?
I'm sure he's done, musical performances and stuff like that. But
yeah, American Idol in 2003, so 20 years ago, and Guinness Book of World Record. Asking, and they tapped out a few songs. Interesting, yeah. So just always a wholesome, fun guy. But last appeared in public, February 25th, 2026. Yep. So pretty recently, of course. But so I thought he had some good songs. But I put one of his albums on to listen to, probably not. But he was still one of those people that you heard his song, you'd recognize.
Sure.
Oh, my mom loved, totally, totally.
Everybody's mom loved him.
Yeah. So, but we love music here. So I did get something cool. This is another enabling thing, but I got to ask your reaction to this, Tom. Let me put my light on here so I can get my camera going here. I did get a package this weekend from Amazon. I was kind of disappointed. The content is good, but the I gotta open up the privacy shield here. You don't want Big Brother watching you. So
I didn't
big
get that
Floyd
yet.
fan. So I pre-ordered this on the Amazons, but I'm like, it came in like I'm like, I want like a big book. I'm like, this is live at Pompeii with I want
there was a
special
Queen
features.
4K concert that came in the same kind of case. It pissed me off.
I'm like what the F is this? I'm like, it wasn't cheap. I think it was $35 or whatever.
No, but they're getting cheap with their packaging for sure.
God,
yeah.
this is uber. I'm big of myself, which I'm big enough already. God damn it! But here we go. And hail to Dad Man. So I catching up on the chat, and RobAltis. Let's see the Dad Man here. He's got to sleep tonight. Oh, come on, Dad Man, you got to watch my show. Come on. Just kidding. I know work comes first. So what do we got in here? We've got not much. I mean, of course, this is an all-time amazing concert. Be careful of that X, Eugene. Don't listen to this music late at night in the dark when you're somewhere scary. Doesn't go so well. I remember I was working in my Mustang late at night in my grandmother's garage, and there's a big lot in the back, so there's no one around. And careful with that axe, Eugene came on, and I'm like, that's it, I'm done working for the night. I'm a wimp, I admit it. But yes, you just get that, and here's the inside, and then granted it's the content, but I'd at least like a freaking clamshell or something, and then you get. And I do own, the original DVD version, or I think it's just DVD. I don't even think it's a Blu-ray. You get the songs that are on here. Let's see, yeah. And let's see here. Let's see. He was the top of the. Oh, that's Neil. Let me finish this showing this. Yeah, so then I'll catch up to the chat. Yeah. So. Some artwork here. The pictures and the story behind this live at Pompeii. They they want to have a concert at the amphitheater in Pompeii, and they said, well, maybe it's not a good idea just in terms of preserving the site to have a Pink Floyd concert. It's really an amazing album. I mean, it's super amazing. If you're a Floyd fan. So I haven't listened to it yet. The problem is I picked it up when I got it, and then I got home late at night, and it was 12:30. And when I want to listen to this sucker on 11, I don't want to have to, So I'm like, I don't want to wake everyone up, wake up the neighbors. So, with the 4K, so it's got the concert. I'm assuming it's digital audio. Let's look at what they have with this album here. Let me goggle it. Here, Pink Floyd live at Pompeii, and I'll put the link in so you can buy it if you want. Let's see, Pink Floyd. Are you a Floyd fan, Tom, or?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, right.
I just haven't got this
cool.
one yet.
Yeah, I love this. This concert is just freaking amazing. Yeah. So let's see. Pink Floyd live at Pompeii remastered. Let's see. I'm trying to find the article before.
I've been having to wait for stuff to go on sale, if at all, lately, just because, budgetary reasons.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, and I almost didn't buy it, and I'm like, let me see what it cost on Amazon here. I think it was $35, and I just saw it came up. I'm like, I'm just buying this sucker. So let's see, live at Pompeii. So this concert was 1972. Let me zoom in a little bit here. Actually, let me finish up the chat here and let's say hi to everyone here. So, the Beatles made Neil Sedaka uncool for 16 years until he wrote "Love Will Keep Us Together." This is Maddie. Happy Sunday to Daniel Barry. And then screws over until Elton John said, "I'm going to make you a star again." Yeah, great singer. Yep. And Cypher Chaos says, "Cheapest packaging ever." Yeah, it's terrible. Hail Brian Barth. Yep. We're definitely going to talk about the Paramount getting Warner Brothers. Yep, that's big, huge news, as Nick would say. Yep. So definitely that's, let me star that. Yep, we're definitely going to talk about that. Yep. And hail to Jamie Lynn Simmons. Welcome to Sunday Night Geekery. Thank you for being here. And F Cancer, anyone who wants to donate to help stop pancreatic cancer, great cause there, or any other cancer. But hopefully that scourge will end in our lifetime. So anyway, getting back to the Floyd. So 1972 concert film with the ancient Roman amphitheater in Pompeii, Italy. It's been released on video numerous times. Yeah, the director's cut on DVD. I think I have that. I must have that version too. I think my friend Justin gave me that. And then the 4K version, shown in cinemas, released on home media shortly after, followed by an album with the remix songs and outtake, which was released on May 2nd, 2025, and topped the music charts in several countries. A number of bands have taken inspiration from the film and created their own videos or filming concerts on an audience. Yeah, so that was the famous thing. There was no audience there because they didn't want to trash the amphitheater, right? So you can read about this. I'll put this in the chat here, and then let me look it up on Amazon for the link to buy it. Yeah, but Echoes is just amazing. Yep. And they so they filmed some of these at night. Yep. So yeah, careful with that axe, Eugene. Oh my God, that's just such a scary song. Yep. They brought their touring gear with them, so it's really an interesting. The story behind making this concert is really interesting, and just you can imagine, God, what was it like thousands of years ago in Pompeii in Italy? I mean, just Romans, what amazing technology they had. There's and Richard Wright, yep, all the equipment and gear, and Floyd took recording to that next level. You know, the Beatles kind of started it, I think, with all the innovations and just the production of Pink Floyd. Yep, just so cool. Yep, great idea. Yep. So Pink Floyd. So yeah, let's check this on Amazon and see what this cost. Yep. Let's see. Check my orders here. Yeah. Let's see. I got Filament. Let's see. Let me go down my orders here. Yeah, Live at Pompeii, Blu-ray, $35. Yep. So here's the link if anyone wants to purchase this. Yep. Do a little bit of enabling. Yep. Yeah. Classic album. Yep. I love these concert films too. They're just really amazing. The 4K, just the audio is just so freaking phenomenal. If you have a good semi decent system, makes a huge difference. Yep. And hail to Donnie, and he says, "Oh, let me get to Donnie's number one." Jade Shadowray, thank you. Despite the Paramount Skydance Corporation winning the bid to buy Warner Bros. Well, I think it's probably better than Netflix buying them, right? What do you think?
I don't know. I'd rather neither one of them take it, but at this point, I don't think this is going to go the way that people think it is, or at least on a sense of, I don't think Netflix was as bad of a choice as Paramount, because now we're stuck in another situation where Warner Brothers is going to be treated like Fox is under Disney.
True.
And Paramount already doesn't release the amount of movies that normal studios do. Like, they're an average of like almost 10 films behind almost every other studio, what they release a year. And then they're supposed to double or triple that output. I just don't know.
Yeah.
And not only that, I mean, there's so many redundancies between both companies that a lot of people are going to lose their jobs. That's one of the main reasons why people in Hollywood are freaking out. Now, of course, you got the other nonsensical reasons they're freaking out, because they think that this means somehow Trump now owns Warner Brothers, which isn't true. The Ellisons are known to be friendly with Trump, but they're not that friendly. If Netflix had bought HBO and Warner Brothers, I feel like it would have been more or less, they probably would have shut down HBO Max and conglomerated that with Netflix, but then they would have let Warner Brothers continue on as a studio and a lot of their cable networks and all that kind of stuff. But the cable networks weren't even part of the deal for Netflix. That was what Ellison wanted, everything. And this still might not even go through. The regulatory might say, no, this is not going to happen. Yeah. But the problem is you have the precedent set with Fox, so it most likely will. Although they regret that now. That's, neither here nor there. We'll have to see how this rolls. It's a positive for physical media. It's a possible positive for theaters, but I don't know. To me, this looks like it's kind of bad. It's a lot more like the music, what happened in the music industry, because, we used to have dozens of record labels, and now there's only like 3 companies that basically own all the music. Yeah. And it's kind of where we're getting to now again with the movies again and television, is like, we're going to be down to like 3 or 4 companies that own everything. So, we'll see what happens here. I'm kind of just going to sit back and wait and see what happens. That's where I'm at right now. I don't have real faith in this deal. We don't know how good Ellison will be as a leader. Skydance itself is not a company that I ever had a lot of faith in. Their output is not very good. And they've pretty much been a big part of Paramount's output for the last 20 years. So I know a lot of people think this is going to be some big major change, but it's like, not really. Like, I think things are going to pretty much stay a lot like they were over at Paramount. And there's a lot of people putting words in Ellison's mouth, I've noticed too. And Andre addressed that in a video that we got coming out, I think, tomorrow. So, I mean, it's kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't. Maybe this is the better of the two choices. We don't know yet. We'll have to wait and see. Because I don't think Netflix is done. I think they just walked away because the price got too high. I think they still have their sights set on a studio. So we'll have to wait and see how that rolls out. And then we can kind of get a comparison. Like, say if, Netflix turns around and buys Sony, or Columbia TriStar, whatever. We'll see what happens from there. Now, if they continue to put out movies in theaters under the Columbia TriStar banners and they just let it kind of run as it does, and then they just put the movies on Netflix like they would before, maybe that's what they were going to do with Warner Brothers. And we could see that, like, that was probably the better move, especially if Paramount just basically soaks up Warner Brothers as just another company underneath itself. And uses all the IPs. Because let's be real, this is really what this is where Hollywood is right now. Is it's who controls the most media, right? Because it's not so much about what they're going to be able to put on Paramount Plus. It's what they can license out to other streamers, because that's where the money is anymore. Because, you know, there is no money left in cable television. There is no money left in home video anymore. It's all been cannibalized into this mess that they made of their own doing. So
where's the money? You're saying the money is just on sending the shows out, like licensing the shows, like say Friends makes a ton of money probably licensing to other studios, right?
Pretty much. I mean, Zaslav was made fun of, you know, for some of the moves he was making, but now everybody's doing the same shit, because he's like, well, you know, we're going to start licensing out this stuff to other places. So Warner Brothers titles, you might see Lord of the Rings trilogy pop up on Netflix, or, you know, Gremlins and a few other Goonies and stuff like that, and Beetlejuice on Amazon, because they're going to license that stuff out. It's not going to be HBO Max exclusive, because why would they do that to themselves? And Warner Brothers was one of the biggest supporters of physical media. Now we'll see how that rolls. Yeah. I mean, Paramount was. I mean, that's one upside. I mean, I'm sure if Netflix would have bought Warner Brothers, their physical media output would have slimmed down quite a bit. Now, I wouldn't say it would come to a complete halt, because even Netflix still puts out some physical media, or at least companies that are involved with it. Yeah. So, I mean, it's not like it would have come to a complete dead stop, I don't think. But we'll see what happens from here on out. I hope they find a way to make both companies still exist or coexist without them feeling like they're, you know, two, you know, pretty much one and the same, but yet two entities. We'll see. I doubt it, but it's curious to see how it'll roll. I know a lot of people have different opinions on the matter, but I'm just not so sure that everybody's going to win in this scenario. So.
No, that's a great analysis, because initially, now that you mention it, you know, kind of didn't. I don't want any more consolidation if you can avoid it. You know, capitalism is about competition, and then you know, unfettered capitalism that could lead to you know, one movie studio someday, or two movie studios. I mean, you could see how it works with say computers, right? We've got Windows, we've got Mac, and we've got Linux as the free you know, free option, but you know, the more choice, yes, and I know there are other OSs out there, but those are the, you know, pretty much the big three. But, you know, look at the internet too. You had Netscape. That was a slip. And, you know, Microsoft came along and came out with Internet Explorer for free and basically put them out of business. And now really you've only got, you've got Chrome, Internet Explorer, and then, you know, there's Opera and Firefox, but, you know, you've just got like two major players in that browser field. Well, on Safari too, I guess. But you know, it killed. You know, the killing competition by is really really a bad thing. So I just hope that because we're all worried that, you know, movies will go away. But you're right. Yeah, Warner Brothers. That's the WB on demand, right? Where you can they'll burn the disc for you, right?
They still do a lot of that. They still you know, obviously release all their new releases, and they're always doing 4K releases, at least half a dozen or more a year of their classic films. I mean, I just got Ben-Hur on 4K. You know,
how does that look?
Pretty good. Right? I mean, it's shot in 65 millimeters, so of course it looks good.
It must look great, right? Yeah. But they didn't screw it up like so many times.
Not that I could see. I haven't watched the entire film yet. I just threw it in for about a half hour while I was dinking around with stuff just to see how it looked in sound. I'm like, oh yeah, it looks pretty good. But yeah, no, so we'll see.
Yeah. But it's it can be frustrating, with you know, consolidation like this, and
because then there's nothing left. You know, it's your choices are A, B, and C, and that's it.
Yeah, and then it just screws everything up in terms of what's released, and I mean the whole you know, media landscape, the internet has just wiped it out or changed it, you know, in so many ways. Just like the internet has just wrecked the music business in a lot of ways. So, you know, basically artists can only make money unless you're, you know, huge like Taylor Swift or something selling albums. It's such a rare group that makes that kind of money. Like, you know, Bruce Springsteen is coming to MSG, and then he's also going to play you know, Brooklyn, the Barclays Center, where my son works. So he might be able to get us tickets. I really don't want to go because I can't stand Bruce Springsteen's music. But my wife's like, if we can get, they have like employee tickets you still have to buy, but you can, and they're going to be very expensive, but you can get in. And I really don't want to sit through 4 hours of Bruce Springsteen and then, and all his anti-Trump rants and all his politics. Like, I just want to avoid politics for a night if I'm going to see a concert, please. But
are you sure you don't want to hear his new version of Streets of Philadelphia, Streets of Minneapolis?
God, oh my God, that song!
I'm not even
so
kidding.
Cringe. It's so cringe. I've heard it. It's uber cringe. Did you play it for us one? Or I'm trying to who played it for me. Or after a
No,
show.
I didn't
maybe.
play it, but I heard about it. So yeah.
It's someone was playing it for us after one of these streams when we get to hang together after, and my God, it was cringe. Yeah.
In the streets of
If
Minneapolis.
you go to see the Bros, you are gray. Yeah. Ben-Hur will be back in theaters 3/29. Says Geoff. Which version, Geoff? The one that you saw originally, the silent movie version, back when you were a kid, or the Charlton Heston version? And big shout out to my friend Jeff. We were at his place for dinner last night. A wonderful host. He has a very nice, comfortable footrest for me, which is an inside joke, and prepared a very nice lamb meal. He made peas, which I'm not a fan of, but that's okay. But very nice host, and he let me have ice cream cake. He let me have seconds on the ice cream cake without telling my wife. So thank you, Jeff. Yep. Says ha ha ha. So a longtime friend, Geoff. So I can't share my data. I don't share my data. Yep. Even though the government is tracking pretty much everything you do. If you're on the internet.
No living center gonna teach me. It's just you and us, my friends. When my car won't go in reverse no more.
Oh, Bruce. Oh, God. I've never liked Bruce. And I've told this story a gazillion times, but we had a kid 2 doors down in college that would only play Bruce Springsteen music. And, your doors are open, they're blasting. It was never like a big fan. It's just, he doesn't do it for me, right? Jethro Tull is much better. Fight me on that. But, I know people love Bruce. and just got so sick of his music. So now when I hear, like, if I hear a song comes on, I can listen to Santa Claus is Coming to Town. That's acceptable during Christmas. And I think there's one other song that I can like semi-tolerate by Bruce, and I can't remember what it was.
Motherfucker sings like he's constantly constipated.
Yeah, his voice is so bad. Yeah, and like we were at a friend's house.
Born in the USA, I wish I could take a shit today. Maybe then I wouldn't look this way. Sorry. Anyway, you're at your friend's.
Yeah, so with 4th of July, and good friend, and he loves Bruce, and we're like, you're like hanging out all day, 4th of July, then you're waiting for the fireworks and picnic, and all he was doing was playing Bruce, and I'm like, I'm dying. I'm like, could you play something else after a while? I'm like, could you play something else, please? Like nonstop Bruce Springsteen.
Even
it's like
just dancing in the dark.
And hail to Keely Chow. Good day, good midday from Hong Kong. Great to see you from the other side of the world, buddy. Thank you for being here. Yep. So just not a Bruce fan, but my son also has a new girlfriend. They're official. You get family stuff here in Sunday Night Geekery. So I guess these youngins.
Like Glory Days.
I do actually like Glory Days is the one song that I can tolerate, and also our dance. Is it Dancing in the Dark when they pull Courtney Cox onto the stage?
Yeah, that's the Courtney Cox one, I believe.
Yeah. So that I can tolerate too. And Glory Days I can kind of semi tolerate. Those are probably that with Santa Claus is probably only 3 songs.
Glory Days was the best John Mellencamp song that Bruce Springsteen ever wrote.
True. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Doesn't it sound more like a John Mellencamp song than a Bruce Springsteen song?
That's probably why I can tolerate it. Yeah, because it's old. Yeah, telling a story and Glory Days. Yeah. That's a good song. Yeah.
It's very reminiscent of the Cherry whatchamacallit song from Mellencamp, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cherry Bomb.
Yeah, I love John. Cherry Bomb. Yeah, I love John Mellencamp. Yeah, he's good stuff. Yep. And Rob is from New Jersey, and I can only handle a little Bruce. And I'm from NJ. Well, I can make a very rude comment.
Isn't that
this
like
is not
illegal to say shit like that in New Jersey?
Yeah, it is.
Regardless of how you feel, I'm just saying.
Yeah. Secret Garden is fine, I guess. If you hate,
I only like the version
Springsteen-
where you have the clips from Jerry Maguire, because otherwise the song is just it's just really generic.
Totally generic, right? Yep. Oh wait,
Well, it sounds like his last 10 songs.
And Jeff is saying, if you hate Springsteen, Diva will be at Foxwood Casino on June 13th.
There you go.
How about
Devo would probably do a good show, but isn't like one of those guys dead?
did one of the Devo guys die? Someone
Maybe
in the
I'm
chat
wrong.
let
I
us
hope
know.
I'm wrong, but like,
Yeah. Well, those hats were very dangerous. You know, Jeff, I'm just thinking,
Yeah.
why don't we get Harold tickets to go see Devo? Hopefully, Harold's not listening here, but if we can find out how much Devo tickets cost, why don't we chip in and get Harold some?
Well, and I gotta
he's a
imagine
massive Devo fan.
it depends on which Springsteen you're going to see too. Is it like some greatest hits show? Is it him sitting there for 4 hours doing his like long drawn out like acoustic crap? You know, and you're going to have to listen to him, like you said, in between every song going, this one goes out to all the Trump lovers out there and blah, blah, blah. You know, it's like, oh my God. You know, what are we getting here? That's my question.
Yeah, because his Broadway show, I heard, people that love Bruce really love the show. Let me share this screen here. So share this tab. Okay, Land of Hope and Dreams, American. Yeah, we are the Land of. Oh, no king. So I guess he's still fighting King George. From
This is all.
1776.
Yeah, clear.
Oh,
clearly.
F me. No kings. Yeah. And I didn't comment on the Rand situation tonight, but we kind of stray from politics. Even though I shouldn't say my day job, but I'm a political. I post that I'm a political junkie, and
I'm
spent
surprised one of
years-
these guys just hasn't come out and done a song called "Fuck Trump" yet. Like just flat out.
Just flat out. Yeah. But yeah, God bless all our troops that are fighting Iran. We did lose some troops earlier. It was announced, and it's a dangerous world out there. But there's people have said it's we have been fighting these guys for 47 years, since 1979, and they are a scourge on the world, and they've killed thousands of their people, and they don't allow their people to be free and have self-expression, and women have no rights.
It kind of reminds me of like with the whole cartel thing a few months back, like when the one side was trying to paint it as some horrible thing that they went after some drug dealers, like
yeah, when they're
it's
blowing
like the same
up
thing
the
here.
boats, yeah.
It's like everybody who's from there or knows anything about it's going, yeah, they're liberated now. This is a good thing, and that's what everybody's kind of saying. But then you still got that other side trying to spin it in some fucking way that it was some horrible thing that was done, and I'm still stretching to going like, well, how is this a bad thing if they liberated the people? Like, it's not kind of a good thing. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Yeah, and it's they stand for that regime stands for and stood for everything that should be against quote unquote liberal Western culture, and the classical liberal sense in terms of religious freedom, separation of church and state, rights for women, rights for gays,
And we're still paying for Vietnam. Let's be fucking real, because outside of Vietnam, we were always the guys that everybody turned to when you needed this shit to happen. Like, there's a dozen wars that people forget about where America came in, stomped some ass, and then all of a sudden, people were like, yay, we're free! Like, come on. That happened so many times before Vietnam, and that's what we kind of thought was happening somewhat in Vietnam, I guess, to a point where we were trying to, help out the French and their situation with it. Whatever, it was a horrible idea to get involved in the first place. We fucked it up. But ever since then, our military, their image has been paying for that, right? Through all these wars that we've had, outside of maybe Desert Storm, which kind of had the visage of like, this kind of like we're going in and we're doing the right thing. Like, why is it always painted as such a bad thing when the military actually goes in and does its job? And well, like, that's what I don't understand. I mean, maybe I'm missing something here. I'm not somebody who gets into this stuff all that often, but yeah.
Well, and that goes back to our military, and right after Vietnam War, which was an undeclared war. War was never, and that's why you have the War Powers Act in Congress now.
Yeah.
But then we right into the hostage crisis, and Jimmy Carter. You could argue some could say is the smartest man we had as president, maybe one of the most honest, but probably one of the worst presidencies in history, and allowed the Shah, the Ayatollah, who was in exile in France, to go back to Tehran, and then you had the Islamic Republic and the foundation of that state that has rained down terror, and part of this, that's one of the main sources of conflict in the world has been Iran. I mean, so and they let yes, we supported the Shah, and we had overthrown one of their duly elected some of the government in '53. Yes, we've done some horrible things, but now look what you ended up with, right? You ended up with the Shah in Iran, and of course they took our embassy hostage, the people in the embassy hostage, in 444 days, and it took until Reagan's election, which they knew they couldn't mess with Reagan. And the crazy aside is, my grandmother from Switzerland came to visit right when the day like the hostage crisis started, so we could always count like, oh, it's been 332 days since Grandma visited us, which was just an insane way. It was such an embarrassment. And actually, Ted Koppel, Nightline doesn't exist anymore, but the TV show, famous TV show Nightline, which is one of the few ways you could get politics back in the day, opinion politics on the air, other than on the Sunday shows. So that show became a show thanks to the Iranian hostage crisis. So, and then we had the terrible, the horrible tragedy of the rescue mission where two of our helicopters collided, and one was taken out due to dust and sand. Just a horrible cluster F in the desert. Really, really sad. And it was a terrible thing. But then that also led to consolidating the special forces and improving our military once Reagan got in. But it's just, when you see these comments and people going crazy, what I can't stand in politics is in life in general is hypocrites. It's like, well, if you didn't complain about Obama doing it or Biden doing it, now why are you complaining about Trump doing it, right? At least Obama was consistent against the Gulf War, and but of course then he got in and was droning people and bombing people left and right. I just can't stand hypocrites. So these people, complaining about, Kami Mandami in New York City, complaining about illegal bombing of Iran, and you've got the Iranian people crying, yearning to be free, and how many thousands of people. Imagine a country where women could be put in jail just by how they dress and walk around on the street. And famously, that woman died a few years ago. Was killed in prison in Iran for the clothes that you're wearing. So you think you're in a fascist state now, right? According to some people. Why is Bruce Springsteen not in prison for what he said, right? I guess we're not so fascist, right? And if you don't like Trump, vote the guy out when he tries to run again. But it's just drives me crazy. Iran. It's like how you can't get much worse than Iran. So Card also sold out Taiwan with his agreements there. So just really bad. Yep. No, I've never done that, but never done that with a fart. No, but I have had some good McDonald's milkshakes, but no, never done that. Have you ever done that, Michaela? I don't know. Not recommended. Yeah.
I don't know if that's scientifically possible.
Yeah, that'd be tough. Yeah. I'm not going to try it either. Yeah. But Donnie does love the music of Bruce Springsteen. That's my political rant. I try not to, as much as I love politics, I try to keep this
speaking
fun
of
entertainment.
politics,
yeah,
I was going to say that kind of leads us into the number one movie of the weekend.
Yeah, we can talk about that. Yep. Well, let's just see how much these Bruce tickets.
Oh
tickets
yeah,
are.
That's what you brought it up for.
Let's see on sale now. Yeah, let's see how much does the populist Bruce Springsteen, the everyman Bruce, selling his tickets for. Yeah, let's see. Need to know. I agree. Hide for now. Let's see. Lowest price $250. Let's see. Best seat. So just to get in the house is $250. And how many seats are there like that? Probably. Are there any? Yeah. 280, 330, 350. 400. So I don't even think there. Oh, there are no seats that are. The cheapest seat's $289. Probably. Oh, it's behind the stage, so you get to look at behind Bruce. Yep, $339.
You get to stare at his asshole. Yeah.
Yeah, $345 obstructive view. And this is a great place to see that section is not too bad on the side there. I did see Black Sabbath there with Ozzy in their reunion tour. $351, you're behind the stage. $350 behind the stage. Of course, this is about 20,000 seats. $362, $381, $400. Still all right. So you're behind the stage for $400. $400. You're kind of no, $428. You can get in this back on the top there. So $455 per ticket too, right? So let's see the best seats. Let's see the best seats. How much are they? Oh, we can $2,000 right in the middle there. Yeah. Let's see. Can we zoom in here? That's general admission. Okay, so no seats there. So $3,000 almost, right? Yep. 3,000. Yep. So very man of the people there. But I'm picking on Bruce, but they're all freaking like this too, I guess. So they let's see, what's the most expensive seat in the house? Yep. But I guess if you're a fan, but I mean, my God, I would like concierge service for like I was paying $3,000 a seat. It's like, what else does this come with? I'm sure this is gonna be huge. It's good for my son and the Barclay Center. But how much are these seats? Yeah, 3,000. How much is this seat? And the Barclay Center's not massive, so it's a great place to see a concert. $3,000. Yeah, so not cheap. Oh, here wasn't sharing this. Sorry, I forgot to switch screens. Damn it, Mark. Well, yeah, you can see there we go. That's what's left. So these are like $3,000 seats, but the rest you're in the back there. Yeah. So not cheap. But let's bring up box office mojo here.
Because it doesn't seem that the politics hurt the box office at all. In fact, maybe it helped it. I don't know.
It might, because the big controversy. Now, our buddy Paulie, he's boycotting the film that I think you're going to talk about.
Yeah. Look, I understand to a point why, but I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know if Paulie's out there right now, but
from what I'm finding out, I think we dodged a hell of a bullet, because the more and more I hear about what Scream 7 was going to be before this all happened,
what was it supposed to be?
Sense. Okay, well, see, I always was kind of like trying to warn people, like, got to remember, Jenna Ortega is not the same caliber actress she was when she signed on to Scream 5 and 6. People need to remember that. So that there was either a chance they weren't going to be able to get her back regardless, or she wasn't going to be back for much. And it sounds like now that was kind of the plan, was she was going to get killed off in the opening scene.
Because she's become such a popular actress, and why
expensive.
She just no time to do the movie, and expensive.
Time, yeah. So they were
with
already
Wednesday,
running into issues with the last
up.
one. Exactly. Between Wednesday, Beetlejuice, some other things she's done now.
Yeah,
she's going to be
very
priced
high.
out. And Neve Campbell, they couldn't even pay her for the last one. So it makes you think they're going to give Jenna Ortega enough money to make it worth her while. And then turn that around, and I don't know if you've seen any of the films or anything like that, but Melissa Barrera, the person who, is basically Gina Carano out of this franchise, for lack of a better term, she is the illegitimate daughter of one of the original killers. And it wouldn't be so bad, but she actually sees visions of this dad that she never met. And it's just weird. And I guess the inevitable ending of it was going to be she herself was going to become one of the killers. And I'm assuming the death of her sister is probably what would have sent her down spiraling into this.
So this was in Scream 6? This
is supposed to be what Scream 7 was supposed to be, I guess.
But, of course, she was in Scream 5 and 6.
Yeah, so the Scream 5 and 6 is about these two sisters, one of which, the Melissa Barrera character, the one you got up on screen right now, she is the daughter of Billy Loomis, one of the killers in the original Scream.
Okay. And do you know that? And I haven't seen Scream 5 and 6, so do you know that from the other movies, or this is what you would have found? Yeah. You do know.
Yeah.
This. Okay.
So now this new one in Scream 7, they don't disregard 5 and 6, but if you haven't seen anything since the first original 3 Screams, you can go into this new one just fine. There's nothing that you have need to seen really. Maybe 1 or 2 characters that are gone that you might go, oh, okay, well, I'm curious where they went. Well, it's pretty obvious where they went. So
yeah.
So you kind of just got to kind of come to terms with that. But outside of that, I mean, it almost feels like, because like I did enjoy the film. It is getting mixed reactions from people, and to me, some of the things that I feel like are a problem with the film are kind of like, how in The Rise of Palpatine, that movie is pretty much like the world's most expensive Twitter war between directors.
Yeah.
That's kind of what this movie is too. Because you have so many times where they do callbacks or cracks or, put down the previous 2 films in some way that it's almost like, had you just not called attention to them at all or just completely ignored them,
ignore it,
I think it would have served both audiences better. And then on the other side of this, to go farther, I'm like, I think they're missing an opportunity here, because they even bring up Jamie Lee Curtis being, rebooting Halloween a couple times. It's like, that's one thing Scream hasn't done yet, where they've had like a complete fresh, like, we're going to disregard these sequels and then this is where we're going to pick up.
Yeah,
they could have done that here,
and
and they could have done it tongue in cheek in a way that was kind of meta in the Scream franchise. And I feel like that was a missed opportunity. And then that way they could have brought back certain characters that people were unhappy about being, killed off unceremoniously. Because this movie is more about paying homage to the past, along with passing on an actual passing of the torch, right? Because it was a very awkward passing of the torch in Scream 5 from Neve Campbell to the. How did
they do? Because I haven't seen. I should have watched these movies over the weekend, but how did they pass that torch? It was
initially. It's just kind of like awkwardly done. Like they have like 2 or 3 scenes together, and it's like the fucked up part is like the girl in the movie. She like just finds out, a little bit before, or she's never told anybody who she is, but this whole thing is clearly happening because of her. So it's all starting to come back around that it's obviously the worst kept secret in town, because even Sydney knows who the fuck she is without ever seeing her before. Or at least, like being around her or anything like that, like she just walks up to her in the scene. Hi, I know who you are, and I know who your daddy is, basically. Like, it's like, are you serious? Like,
pretty lame, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's barely a passing of a torch, and the 2 characters, like, they kind of go do their own things in a way. I mean, they kind of work together, but again, like with the Star Wars films, you don't get a scene where you get all of the original remaining cast together.
Which you need to get to do that.
Spoilers, Dewey is killed off very unceremoniously by a very small girl. And on screen, of course, it clearly...
In Scream 5, right?
Yeah, on screen, it's obviously a 6-foot stunt man, but once you find out who did it, because she tries to make, Courtney Cox's character upset by bringing it up, it's the Mickey Madison character. And she's like, what, 4 foot nothing?
Yeah,
and so you lead me to believe
Dewey survived stabbings and all this stuff during all the movies. Yeah, and of course he's one of your heroes, so you don't want him killed, right? So
and then the other sides of it is like, I mean, there's the the Jamie Kennedy character. He's got a niece and nephew who are twins in this. In all 3 of these films, they are the only returning characters in the newest film. And to me, it's like these are the only characters who shouldn't return, because they have literally, like, the guy of the 2. He has been stabbed over 50 fucking times and still survives.
Yeah.
And so has his sister been stabbed and slashed at least a half a dozen times, and she's still alive. And her character is annoying as piss. She is like the source and core of everything woke in the franchise. And she thinks she's the new Randy when she's really just annoying as piss. And she has speeches where she thinks she's going off on these Randy rants, when really all she's doing is basically putting down the audience. And I'm not going to get too deep into it all, but like those characters are annoying as well. At least her character is annoying as piss. The other one, Chad, he has like no character. All he does is get stabbed and keeps coming back to life somehow.
Yeah.
So anyway, so like those are the only 2 characters that actually return from Scream 5 and 6. And honestly, they're hardly there. And you barely could, if you hadn't even brought them back, or you could have brought them back without acknowledging any of the last 2 films. To me,
so you could have skipped it completely, right?
Yeah. So anyway, that's the parts that bring it down. But the good parts are you have Kevin Williamson, the guy who created the franchise to begin with on paper. He's returning to write and direct. His directing skills aren't as good as his writing skills, but I wouldn't say that this is a home run writing wise either, but where he shines is Sydney and her daughter and the actual passing of the torch to the next generation now.
Because I have seen the trailer, and that looked pretty well done and pretty well acted. And
there's stuff
a
together.
lot of tension there.
The whole idea of what the story is about. I mean, there's some people who complain about certain aspects, but I'm like, because they're like, I can't believe Sydney would raise her daughter to where she wasn't like a blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, but then she would have John Connored her daughter, right? I mean, anybody who knows.
What sort of training and all that stuff?
No. Instead, she tried to make her daughter's life, she got other kids too, but all her kids' life normal as possible, considering what's happened to her.
Not a John Connors, not living in bunkers.
So in that, though, she obviously realizes she's made her vulnerable to this. And that's kind of where this whole thing kind of, the roots of the issue is with Sydney, and she's being overprotective of her daughter now because she knows she hasn't prepared her daughter to face something like this already. So that's kind of the main, I don't know, theme, I guess you would say, of the film overall. And that is what I felt was the strongest
the mother-daughter.
aspect. Yeah.
The mother-daughter relationship is what's strong there. And that's kind of the glue that holds the movie together.
Pretty much, in my opinion.
In your opinion, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, there's some other cool gimmicks that haven't really been touched upon yet in the Scream franchise, and I know some people are really upset about the reveal at the end. And again, I don't want to get into spoilers or anything for those out there who still might want to see it.
So we do get a reveal. Does Dewey come back? There's no Dewey coming back. I guess
that's a tough.
Or we don't want to spoil.
Answer.
You don't want to spoil things. Or
it's not that he doesn't come back, but. I mean, if you've seen the trailer, and again, if you don't want to know anything about it, plug your ears for like the next 30 to 60 seconds.
But please come back. I'll put the spoilers up, and we're done with the spoilers. You can come back.
Yeah, I'll try to stay as spoiler-free as I can, but this could be considered spoiler by some folks. AI plays a major factor into this movie.
Okay.
So keep that in mind. That means the door's open for anybody to show up.
Okay. All right. It's like a comic book kind of realm. Okay, all right. So now we can turn the spoilers off.
So it's not that they're necessarily alive, but they will be there, and the actors did come back, and so on and so forth. So like it's hard to explain without getting into spoilers. So,
okay.
But you know that since that's a big deal in the world,
there's an opportunity. Yeah.
They're utilizing that as a plot point. So yes.
Okay. All right. So now everyone come back. You can turn your volume on. Come back now. Yep. So a minor way, and of course I don't know why my screen seems to have frozen on this shared screen here with Melissa Barrera. How do you say her last name?
Barrera.
But what? God bless her. And
no, she's not bad looking. She's not the greatest of actresses. I mean, Jenna Ortega is acting circles around her in 5 and 6. That's for sure. But
yes, so I guess she had made a comment about the. We want to be careful what we say here because we get nuked on the YouTubes. But
here's where it differs and it goes off. And this is where kind of Paulie and I kind of see differences. Because I agree with a lot of folks that, yes, she was technically Gina Carano'd. Like the same kind of events happened. The differences, to me personally, was the difference in the
subject matter, maybe is the way to say it.
Yes.
Or like exactly what she said.
Melissa specifically said some things that I could say would probably fall more in line with what people were accusing Gina of doing, if that makes sense. As opposed to where Gina was kind of just retweeting a blanket kind of
generic statement
of sorts that was rooted in factual history.
Yeah.
Melissa's just going off. Okay, like, I mean, yes, I'm not saying she may not have certain points or she may not believe what she's saying, but look, you're starting to get into some territory that is very touchy subjects for people in, let's just say, of a certain religious persuasion or culture, or however you want to put it, to where,
and this is where politics intersects with entertainment
exactly
too, right?
And again, like you said, you want to kind of be careful with how you put this here,
especially this subject matter is
she made the age old, and this is like one of the oldest no-nos in Hollywood, guys, like, and I can't express this enough, where she made the age old, it doesn't matter if it's true or not, she made the accusation that a certain group runs the media in Hollywood, and then she tried to tie that into the Palestine thing.
Yeah.
So draw your own conclusions from that. I'm not going to get too deeper into that because I definitely don't want to get Mark in any kind of trouble.
Yeah.
So that was kind of her major infraction, let's say. And
You know,
then she kind of doubled down on it, unfortunately, which kind of made shit worse.
And I have to say, her comments were right after the attack on October 7th, very, very soon after. So it's especially
And again,
raw.
I don't condone necessarily a company in basically publicly firing her, because let's be real, she wasn't hired for Scream 7 yet anyway, kind of like with Gina Carano, technically. But we're all under the assumption that we're going to come back. In fact, there was a treatment in the works, as we've been talking, which started off kind of this conversation where I was talking about, you know, that they had already kind of worked in the idea that these two were going to come back. But that all kind of went out the window when she went and did this. And then Jenna Ortega backed out too. So at that point, it all kind of just fell apart.
It fell apart, yeah. Let me read this quote from her. She says, as a Latina, a proud Mexicana, she continued at the time, I feel that the responsibility of having a platform that allows me the privilege of being heard, and therefore I have tried to use it to raise awareness about issues I care about and to lend my voice to those in need. She also added, I will continue to speak out for those that need it most and continue to advocate for peace and safety, for human rights and freedom. Silence is not an option for me. And on the converse side, then the studio also has the option to not hire you or say, I'm not going to hire you for the next project. Now, you know, you agree or disagree with what she said. I personally did not like what she said, and I thought it was a little bit over the top, but I didn't like what happened to Gina either. But technically, you know, Disney can fire you, right, if they don't like what you say, right? I mean, and most of the time,
out of court, and we'll see if Melissa Barrera is smart and tries to decide to sue Paramount at the end of the day, or Skydance at the end of the day for this, or whoever it was. Actually, it wouldn't be Skydance; it'd be Spyglass Media, who technically owns Scream and they distribute through Paramount. But yeah.
But I think that you know, what happened with Gina's case, I believe that you know, the case was allowed to go forward, and there was a strong argument that you could say that people were not treated equally in terms of their statements, and I think they were going to be opened up to discovery, and you know, so if you have a no politics you know, clause, you know, with these studios, and that you force it fairly, but then people were arguing, oh, she was singled out. You know, other people said, oh, well, I think she went a little bit too far with her statements. I agree with it. You know, so our buddy Paulie is choosing not to review it and not to see it, which I can respect.
And I respect his place for this, because he is not wrong. This is very similar, just on the other side of the spectrum from the Gina Carano case, because you can't argue, why isn't she able to say that either? Well, but this then makes the argument of, should actors be held to certain standards? Like, I mean, people talk about this all the time, but I mean, not to get into what you possibly do, Mark, on a daily basis. I don't know if you've talked about what you do for employment outside of this when you're on the show or not, but like
a little bit, yeah.
Most people just don't have the luxury of being able to go out and say shit like this without the possibility of repercussions at their job. And I'm talking about every job. For some reason, they don't stop to think that cancel culture, the people that it hurt the most are the people you don't know, right? Like, I'm even somebody where I'm luxurious. I have the luxury enough of people that know me that where when I do try to relaunch, I have a good chance that I might be able to kind of get myself close to back to where I was. But how many teachers, cops, you know, doctors, lawyers, politicians that have said certain things that have gotten themselves fired over this stupid shit, when it's like, wait a minute here, when are we going to actually kind of, there's a difference between consequences culture and cancel culture, right? Like, that's what you've been trying to argue for so long. And here's the same kind of thing. But this is where nuance, I feel like, may come into the factor here, because I agree with you. Like, for much everything across the board, I think that regardless of how I felt about the films 5 and 6, I don't think that she should have been ousted this way. I don't. But at the same time, like I just said before, it's clear that this thing had kind of ran its course and there was no way they were going to be able to bring back Jenna Ortega. So whether or not it happened now or Scream 8 or whatever, I feel like this is where we're going to be. And look, the politics overall didn't seem to bother the bigger picture. The only people that seemed to bother that were the crossover audience of the few fans that they did have that gave a shit about this Palestine thing, as opposed to the fans that actually cared about the storylines. I think that's a minimal, because I think the proof is in the pudding. Since you did this, you know, all it took was for you to say Neve Campbell's back. She only missed one fucking movie. Right. And I don't even think that's the bigger draw here. again, spoilers for 15 seconds, and this is only if you haven't seen a trailer or even opened up the internet in the last 10 seconds. You got other characters you got other characters that are making appearances too, let's say, and people, and the one that I think specifically is getting butts back in seats is Matthew Lillard.
Yeah,
he does play a bit
him,
more of a bigger part in this movie, and I'm not going to say whether or not he's alive or not. That's not that'll get into spoiler territory, but let's just say for a fact that this actor does play a large role in this movie, right? Because this movie's kind of the whole catalyst that kicks it off is like, yes, everybody talks about Billy Loomis, but what about Stu Macher? Right. So like that's kind of the question this movie asks alongside of the passing of the torch to the next generation theme. Right. So like I think that's the factor that's bringing a lot of people back into the theaters. And with that, I've asked no less than like 2 or 3 people, and of the people that I've talked to that have been women, like I said, they've all said the same thing. I'm going to see this even though I haven't seen Scream 5 and 6 or Scream 4, 5, and 6 because Matthew Lillard is
back.
in it.
Exactly.
And he's got this like grassroots thing. And I noticed this when Quentin Tarantino made his faux pas about saying I'd never work with so-and-so and Matthew Lillard. I can't even remember the other actor because nobody else cared about that. They all like, as soon as he mentioned Matthew Lillard, it had that Keanu Reeves effect. You know what I mean? Like, how dare you say something about that man? It's like all of a sudden everybody was just all on him shit. Like, whoa, fuck. He could have said anybody. He could have said Howie Mandel for fuck's sake, and nobody would have said shit. But no, he picked Matthew Lillard of all people, and you dumbass, I guess. Because that's what I said to myself. You might as well have said Keanu Reeves at that point. It seems like, because there's no other actor that I can think of that is more of a national treasure. Right, like, and I mean, I'm not saying he's as popular as Keanu, but people do love him. Fans.
Yeah, he's a friendly persona.
He's Shaggy, like you just said. So he has a whole generation of kids where he is Shaggy, right? Like there wasn't Casey Kasem. Fuck that. Yeah, like it was Matthew Lillard, and you have Scream Factor and all the other stuff that he's done. And I mean, I've even met him, through the internet, and we did an interview with him, and he's the most sweetest, nicest guy, I tell you. Really so nice, if that's real, then I can understand why people love him so much. And I mean, he's always at these, Comic-Cons and everything like that. So I know tons of people who've met him. So, and he seems like the very genuine, down to earth, sweet guy. He's very humble. I mean, even those crazy characters that he plays, he's nothing like that in real life, from what I can tell.
Yeah.
He's like the exact opposite, if anything. So, yeah.
And Brian Hepburn said the other actor was Paul Dano, and thank you, Brian, and hope we're having a great Sunday night.
Oh, that's right, it was Paul Dano, yeah.
Yeah, both had huge support online after that. Yeah, people don't like people calling out people like that unless there's a specific example or something that happened. If it's just like a generic, oh, I hate that guy, I never work with him again, but it's like, but why,
Yeah, but Paul Dano's done some shit, and everybody forgot some of the stuff he's done, but yeah.
Yeah, but just people.
He's all right, though, yeah.
But people just don't like, people don't like that when it's, very, if I'm remembering, it was kind of a generic, flyby shot in the dark. And then,
that's what I'm saying. He could have picked any names out of the, but then again, you got to stop and remember, like,
it's Quentin.
Like I said, I love Quentin Tarantino, right? To me, he's damn near God tier. Okay. Like that's one thing I will never do is put somebody at God tier, but I'll tell you,
he's close.
He's close. But like, my defense to him would have been, dude, your favorite actor is John fucking Travolta. Sit down.
Sit and spin, yeah.
He's been in 3 good movies.
But he brought Travolta back. Well,
that's what I'm saying. And one of those movies is yours, dude.
Face Off.
Well, he's had more than that, but I'm talking about movies where he's actually acted in. You know what I mean? Like, because otherwise he's just John Travolta. So,
and they're talking about bringing Face Off back too. I don't know if you heard that news.
I heard, but I don't know what part he's going to play in it. I've heard the weird rumor is that it's going to be him and Nicolas Cage, but like for some reason they have to resurrect Nicolas Cage's character, but they have him play it. And then there's supposed to be some other actor involved too that I forgot that's going to end up taking his
craziness.
Who knows? It's going to be like weird shit with them. Who knows? But I guess they lost a director because I guess I don't know if John Woo was ever attached to it to begin with. So I guess right now, if this is what I heard, the rumor going around is they lost their director, so they're looking for a director. So who knows?
That's hysterical. Yeah, that movie was great. Yeah, and then the one part when we were doing that on Toxic Tuesday, it's like, so they each slept with each other's wives, and like the wives didn't notice a difference. I'm going to erase you here in technique or how
Both
things
of them
work.
noticed actually, but yeah.
Right? When did they notice? Did the wives know? I don't think the wives noticed.
I thought they
didn't
did.
No, they never picked. That was like what we were all saying.
Well, they noticed there was a change, let's say.
A change,
I mean,
but not like the dead giveaway.
Because
would have
Nicolas
been
Cage
bad,
was more
right?
sweeter and Travolta was more
Yeah.
aggressive, basically. So yeah.
Yeah. But I'm just saying. But anywho,
But let's be real. If it was real life, Nicolas
Yeah.
Cage as John Travolta would have been like, "I'm sorry, I can't do this. I'm gay,
yeah,
but I'll sing and dance for you."
yeah. Yeah, so on the screen thing, Jenna Ortega, like you said, she dropped out the same day that Barrera was.
Well, and that's the thing. It was questionable whether she was going to be able to make it or not. Because
that's weird timing.
Her
Yeah.
excuse was she's scheduling conflicts, and she was already gearing up for Wednesday.
Yeah.
She had other movies lined up. If it's to be believed, what's been leaked out is that the original idea was she was going to be killed off. Then I got to imagine she was only going to be in 5 minutes of the movie, meaning 1 or 2 days of shooting tops.
Yeah.
So that she was not going to be a big part of this, I don't think, going forward.
Yeah, it's all kind of falling apart. If Scream 7 wasn't going to be with that team of directors and those people I fell in love with, and didn't seem like the right move for me at that time of the career. For my career at that time, so she'd really dropped out. Initially it was. I think she gave the excuse it was scheduling or something like that. But then she just once everyone got fired, like then boom, then she said, "Yeah, I'm not gonna do it."
I
So,
still think
yeah.
scheduling would have gotten in the way, and that's why I think she would have been
Yeah.
in the film very minimally if they would have gone that route. Still, that's
Yeah.
just my opinion and my speculation. So
Yeah, but it is very. It's an interesting way to look at things because it's like if it goes one way, does it go the other? But then what rights does a company have in terms of speech? Disney, the performers, in their theme parks are considered actors per se, right? Their talent or they're not considered just theme park workers in a way. Because they're front facing to the company, and they have all kinds of regulations about how you could dress, and some of those have been changed now. Or your hairstyles, but they are quote unquote performers. So what if some of the Disney theme parks started saying, Bruce Springsteen sucks, screaming it, he shouldn't have been born in the USA, or could Disney fire them from the theme parks? I would think so, right? But yeah, what happens to where's that line of free speech, and where does a company get to draw the line if you're potentially affecting their profits, right? So it's not a cut and dried issue because if you might have hated Gina Carano getting fired, but then if someone else is fired on the other side for political statements, and who decides what statement is quote unquote hateful? And that's why we get in all these free speech laws, and free speech is dying a painful death in Europe when you see people being arrested for saying things or holding flags up or doing certain things. That's what's so terrifying about free speech laws, because who gets to decide what's free speech and not hateful?
Well, and that's the thing is, I think a lot of it also boils down to, are you attacking someone in this as well? Like, it's one thing to be in support of somebody or something, but if you're turning around and using it as a form to attack someone, that's what a lot of this shit generally is. They're using it as an attack, either Trump or the right or whoever it is, at whatever form. And the difference between what Gino posted or retweeted compared to what Barrera's doing here, that's where I feel like the line is a little different. It's just,
I agree.
To me, it's no different than going out and telling half of your audience that I don't want you to go see my movie because you support Trump. To me, that is not the same as what Gina did. You didn't have her going out there saying, look, if you support Biden, I don't want you to watch Star Wars. You didn't have that, but you had Mark Hamill basically going out and telling half of his audience to fuck off. Like, how is that working for you? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, and this goes to the same board of like, okay, let's take that down a notch. Let's go below the line. Let's say, how many McDonald's workers or Subway workers or, coffee makers from Starbucks did we see get, blasted online for whatever reason and lose their jobs over some stupid shit with just one customer? Yep. How is that? And they get fired for it. Right? When you have basically these people in Hollywood doing that on a grand fucking scale, right? Like, these people are doing the equivalent as that McDonald's worker who's throwing the burger in the customer's face and telling him to fuck off. How is that okay? See, that's where I feel like the line should be drawn. It's not so much about the freedom of speech, right? You can talk about things and have an opinion about things and still not attack others. That's the issue. And I'm not saying Melissa directly attacked fans per se, but what she did do, and I hope Paulie's listening, because if he hears this, maybe he'll agree with me or not. Unfortunately, what she did do is vicariously attack half of, if not more than half of her bosses. Like, I mean, frankly, that's a problem. Like, she took it beyond just supporting a certain cause or certain people to actually condemning another. And that's where I feel like this is where the line gets, there's a line and then it gets going over, right? And this is where I feel like people were calling out the hypocrisy of Mark Hamill and Pedro Pascal and others on the Star Wars side of things compared to what Gina was doing. I don't see that as a direct comparison over here to this. See, that's the difference. There is some aspects that are similar, but then that's where the line I think is differentiated, is because Melissa directly went after certain people in a certain way, if not a specific group, let's say. And that is where shit went a little awry for her and this whole thing. But at the end of the day, if you look at this box office, this is the biggest opening this franchise has ever had. So as I was just saying, it didn't hurt it. If anything, it helped. So the silent majority stood up again. I don't know. So yeah.
And hail to the great Admiral Teague.
Like an origami chicken.
We like you, Admiral. Sorry, I played that. That was a mistake. Yep, I don't know how that happened. No, great to have you
because make
here.
no mistake about it, this is actually pretty good box office for this time of year.
This has got to be good box office. And I just grokked Melissa's statements, and I mean, you could argue that she crossed the line.
Yeah.
Maybe she shouldn't have gone there, and that justifies her firing. But also, does she have free speech, and can she say that? But my opinion is, a company can fire you for what you say if you're public facing. Now, it depends on the contract you have, but technically she wasn't even hired, right? So, it was almost like Gina.
That's the same as Gina.
The Gina,
yes.
Yeah, like technically she wasn't fired, right? I mean, she just was not hired for the next. Right?
They publicly made a spectacle of it. That's the problem. And see, and that's where I wouldn't blame her if she goes and tries to sue Spyglass or whatever. Like, I'm surprised she hasn't yet. She probably figures at this point, I'm better off not rocking the boat. I think Paulie himself pointed out that she has been working since then, so this hasn't really destroyed her career per se.
Yeah.
Now compare that to Gina, who's been struggling to try and get work, but And
you could argue because it's a certain side of the media only argues against certain things, right? So it doesn't cover certain things.
And this doesn't help
kind of chew on her words, but quote unquote, she's coming at it from the left, so she's not really going to get attacked for her statement. So, and there is a double standard.
And depending on which side of the aisle you're on, this either hurts or helps Paramount in the grand scheme of things as far as you look at them. So we'll see.
Right.
Because honestly, I'm surprised there isn't more people blaming Ellison and Paramount. There's a lot of cancel Paramount Pluses, signs and all that kind of stuff. But they've been trying to make it out like Trump basically owns Paramount and Warner Brothers now somehow vicariously through.
He's
Ellison's,
got other things to worry
no.
about.
And it's not like I don't know if Ellison had much of a say in this whole Barrera thing to begin with, so I have no idea how much responsibility they have in this, because a lot of this would have been done and over with before they ever bought Paramount. So, again, I don't know who's exactly to necessarily blame here. As far as I know, the buck stopped with Spyglass on this choice. So,
and look at these numbers too. I mean, $100 million for the weekend.
Exactly.
That's pretty effing successful.
It's made its money back already. Yeah.
So, I mean, whatever boycott there was, maybe it did hurt a little bit, but I can't imagine that much of an impact. I mean, some people didn't go see it, obviously, but not. There's no big dent here where you could say, that this is a big success. I mean, if you look at opening weekends,
it's done a better opening than the last two, and unless it falls off a cliff, it'll probably outgross the last two. So,
and it's probably going to get some decent word of mouth. Well, let's see. Let's see worldwide yearly. Let's compare. I always love comparing. So let's say yearly, 2026. Now, we're just into the start of the new year. And of course these movies have, most of their money's made in the previous year. But let's see, Scream 7. This is domestic. Would be the number 6 movie just from the opening weekend. I guess but look, it's made more money than Marty Supreme, which is a huge, came out in December, which is a huge Academy Award.
Goat and Wuthering Heights, which have been out for a few weeks already. So
right?
yeah.
And Goat's not bad.
Two.
That's a Steph Curry movie. Primate 25. So yeah, I
think Marty Supreme came out last year, and I think that's just what it's made this year.
Okay, so it is
by,
this.
so.
Yeah, okay. So really, it's kind of tough to. I wish they could have like a thing here where you could go back.
Heights are brand new movies for this year, so it's already outgrossed those two.
Yeah,
or it's going.
And my wife hated.
Two, I should say.
My wife did not like Wuthering Heights. She went to see it that 80 million. They had that $80 million weekend, and
it didn't do better than that, but it might do better than that box office.
Yeah.
We'll see.
But she said she hated the characters. Like she's like, these characters in Wuthering Heights are so despicable. She's like,
it's funny because Andre planned on doing because I don't know if you watch any of her videos really, but
I've missed the last few. Yeah.
Well, he does these things called postmortems once in a while, and he was gonna do one on this movie, and I said, Andre, you do realize that this movie is making money though? And he's like, yeah, but the audience is very upset with what is happening to it. I'm like, yeah, but I don't think our audience gives a fuck.
Yeah, yeah. My wife went with all their girlfriends.
Certain things, but I was like, man, I wouldn't just because it's actually making money. So
yeah, but she's like, these characters are so despicable. It's just like Starfleet Academy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He was saying basically this is like the worst adaptation ever. Yeah.
Yeah. So really, I think let's see it. What did it do? Did it really plummet off a cliff? I mean, it's
honestly the reason I think it's doing so good. You want to know? And this is where women are a little bit more. Well, first of all, obviously, let's be real.
This is a woman's movie.
First of all, most people that are woke are white women between the ages
of
what,
40 and
35, or 40 or whatever, yeah. But anyhow, and that's the other thing is this may be a bad movie, but women will go see a movie. It doesn't matter as long as it's a movie for them. We've seen it already.
It's a woman movie for
Wicked, Barbie, all that shit. Yeah. That's why they did so well, because they were movies that were directed and made for. And the Devil Wears Prada 2 is going to do well. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know if you saw the trailer for that yet, but
I saw the trailer. No, but my wife, I'm like we're all the girlfriends. We're all going out to see the movies movies tonight. I'm like, what? You're going because they never go. Like typically we do like double dates and we drag our wives to a Marvel movie or something with Harrison Ford or something like that.
The only Marvel movie we're getting before Doomsday is Spider-Man,
right? So so I'm like, you're going to see him? What the hell is out? She's like, Wuthering Heights. Like 8 women went to see it, and they all went for drinks before, and but she was saying how despicable the characters were.
That's 8 women as opposed to 4 in a family, though,
right?
And that's why those movies do so well. You put a movie out there like Sandra Bullock and Who the Fuck Ever, it'll do all right.
Yeah.
They do. For some reason. Whether it's Channing Tatum or Ryan Reynolds or whoever.
The
women will go see it. And it kind of goes along with my Matthew Lillard thing, too. Because, that was the whole thing kind of going back with, women like men's movies, too, but they don't want them to be aimed towards them. Because Andre did the numbers, and he looked at it, and I don't know if you remember this or not, but when Rambo Last Blood came out, it was right on the heels of Charlie's Angels, or Charlie's Angels came out right after, one of the two.
Okay.
And more women demographically went to see Rambo than they did to see Charlie's Angels.
Yeah.
He went and did the numbers and realized that more women, even though neither film did that great at the box office, percentage-wise, there more guys went to see Charlie's Angels,
right?
But than women did. But more women overall went to see Rambo than went to see Charlie's Angels.
Wow. And that was the very last Rambo movie, the one that was in Mexico?
Yes.
The very last one.
Which just goes to show, Jason Statham obviously is a proof of that. Not only do guys go see those movies, women want to go see Jason Statham beat Jason Statham. That's what they want.
Do. Yeah. Yep. They want to see him doing some diving. Yep.
Go into a group of women and mention a Jason Statham movie, and they'll be like, "Ooh, I love that movie because he took his shirt off and he did this, and and then he's they love that shit."
Yeah. Women romance movies all involve cheating. Yeah.
Or a talking dog, I've learned.
Yeah. So
Hallmark.
my wife is explaining. I've never read Wuthering Heights, and I vaguely remember the story. But she's like, I just wanted both these characters, the lead characters, to die. They cheated on everyone and just terrible. And but that's a typical women movie. Movie with women with romance, and you stereotyping, but there's a reason. Sometimes stereotypes, work, right? I mean, it's women, by and large, skew towards these kind of movies, and dudes, skewed towards, used to skew towards Star Wars until it was wrecked and that kind of thing. And then you'd have those crossover movies like Titanic where you're like, I want to see those cool set pieces, but then I'm getting dragged there by my lady, and I got to sit through 3 hours. But we did get a nude scene. Song. Yeah, but I did get a nude scene in the middle at least. And then I can picture my wife pushing me off the door at the end of the movie, Forever in Trouble, for Leonardo DiCaprio. And then the woman pines over the dead Leo, 80 years later, and throws a jewel into the ocean that's priceless, even though she was married and had kids. And always remembered Leo as her number one love.
She goes to heaven and says, fuck her kids and husband, and just hangs out with Leo.
Yeah.
Anyway,
you don't need the $80 million. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's kind of where Scream comes into this, right? Because it has a crossover audience. It's not just the horror audience, or it wouldn't make this much money.
Yeah,
it's like some of the other of these genre franchises. Like, you make it for the fans, which kind of what Scream 7 did. Now, I'm not saying all the fans liked it, but it's there. I mean, Kevin Williamson was clearly trying to win back the classic fans, and look what happened.
No, he got it back. Yeah, because Wuthering Heights. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out what they made.
People went to see that weren't genre fans. I mean, and that's where Wuthering Heights. That's kind of the point. Is like you make something for the genre fans, they'll go see it. But something like that is the same kind of thing. It crosses over a little bit. You get drugged to it with your girlfriend to see it.
Yeah, you get drugged to it. Yeah. So it made
or dragged.
32 drugged or dragged. Could be both. Yep.
Could be both.
32.7. Yep.
You might need
60.
some drugs to get through it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the weekend, yeah. So, this is domestic, yeah. 32, 37, 14, and 6. So that's been pretty steady. I guess that's President's Weekend. They're throwing in that Monday. There's a weekend. So 50%, I guess these days, 50% decline isn't the end of the world, probably, right? I mean, not
that's
not
an
great,
average. If it's
but
less
it's
than
average.
50, that's where you're starting to get into, or I mean, more than 50, that's when it's like, because like a lot of the Marvel movies have like a 60 or 70 or more percentile drop off in their second weekend compared to like other films. But
so we'll have to see what it does next weekend. But yeah, there's no doubt that this movie has been a success. Yeah, Titanic was a cheating movie. She was the villain of the movie. Yeah,
it's true.
It's very true. She was cheating. Yep. And don't get us started on Forrest Gump, right? Yep.
Oh,
Jenny.
Lord.
on Jenny.
Don't make me get into that business.
Get into that one, yeah. But yeah, so it's massive. I'd say this is a pretty massive hit. Well, let's see. So this movie's made $100 million so far, right? So what do you think? Conservatively, it's going to end up making at least $200 million minimum, right? Right.
Probably.
So let's go to yearly. Let's guesstimate it's going to make $200 million, right?
Between 175 and 200, I'd say easy. Yeah.
Minimum, right? Yeah. I mean, it could do a little bit better, but where would that put this movie compared to last year's movies? So $200 million, it would have made as much as Captain America.
Well, you got to kind of put it in perspective, like compare it to something more like Sinners, because Sinners would be a budget-wise film. And probably, I don't know about budget, but even still, like Sinners was a horror film basically that was made for the mainstream. That's kind of what this is. If it ends up somewhere within $50 or so million of that, I would say that's a win. Especially considering I think Sinners had a bigger
Five
budget.
Nights at Freddy. Well, look, Five Nights at Freddy 2, $120 million. That's horror, right?
Yeah, because Sinners actually had twice the budget of Scream.
Right. Snow White, another horror movie, only $87 million.
Scream only had a $45 million budget. That's what I'm saying. Like it pretty much made its money back this weekend.
Yeah, but I'm saying if it hit $200 million, it's almost cracking the top 10 movies of the year. Now, not count. We've got to look at box office and advertising. So that's, that it's already, and it's halfway there, right? Making that. Let's look, conservatively at $100 million domestic. Dogman was no cartoon.
I don't know how Dogman made that, but okay.
Yeah, it made $100 million, right? And Five
I don't
Nights
even
at
know what
Freddy,
Dogman
121. That's a kids cartoon, very popular
Yeah.
kid and comic book.
Well, let's put it this way: Scream 7 is already in the top 10 of the biggest horror films of all time,
Right?
and most of the biggest horror films of all time are like It 2, one of the
Yeah.
Conjurings, like, yeah. So
So yeah,
I
so
don't know how The Exorcist is not on that list. I guess they don't consider The Exorcist a horror film for some reason, because
That's
otherwise it'd be
freaking
The Exorcist
horrible.
would be number one, because that's made
scared
like
the shit out of
almost
me.
$400 million or whatever. But yeah,
Yeah,
and that's
So,
in 1970s money. But yeah,
yeah. So international Snow White made 200 million. Just the Five Nights at Freddy's 2, 200 million. So we'll see where Scream 7
it'll
ends
end up
up
in the Five Nights at Freddy's range
around
pretty
here.
much.
Yeah, around here probably.
Or it's in the top 10 for openings. I'm sorry, but to get in the top 10 forever, it has to
Yeah,
get in
we're-
that Five Nights at Freddy's between Sinners range, in that range.
Yeah, so Sinners was 370.
Even Weapons was
domestic-
kind of surprise horror film, but horror is really kind of hot right now. As you see, Final
Yeah.
Destination did really well last year.
Yeah.
That was a surprise hit. So horror always does decent, but it's at an upward ebb right now. Because I know everybody's
Definitely
like,
upward.
it comes and goes. It's more like it has a baseline, and then just depends on kind of what's going on. And very rarely does it ever fall below that baseline, though. Like, so there's never been a time where I would say that horror is necessarily out of vogue. It's more or less a certain type of the genre, subgenres out of vogue, perhaps. Right? Because just because, werewolves aren't popular right now doesn't mean vampires are not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah,
That's
yeah.
kind of how horror works. And it's the same with some of the subgenres, with haunted house movies, possession films.
And of course,
all that
yeah,
kind of stuff.
Disney
Yeah.
Disney released the haunted house movie a couple years ago in July, which made no effing sense to me.
No.
Remember
Well, they
that?
wanted that out so they could have it on Paramount Plus, Disney Plus by Christmas
Before Halloween.
That's why.
That was
And
horrendous.
then they went and re-released. That's the one that didn't make sense to me,
Yeah.
because they released Hocus Pocus 2 directly to Disney Plus, and you're like, do you realize
Yeah.
that even if that movie sucks ass, how
You
much
would've made
money you would have
bank.
made at the box office? Yeah.
Yeah. People would have gone to see it at the bottom, brought their kids. Yeah.
Well,
and
Freaky
then you
Friday
put on
2 did how well? I bet you Hocus Pocus 2 would have done twice the money that Freaky Friday
Yeah.
2 would have done.
I figure Friday was on this list. We'll find it in a second. But yeah, let's see the first horror Conjuring Last Rites,
That's one
$500
of the
million.
biggest openings right there, yeah. The Conjuring is
Yeah.
a big, huge series, too, though.
Yeah. The Warrens, I'm going to get freaking
Yep.
scared shitless just thinking about it. But yeah, that's the number 15 movie of the year. Yeah, my roommate at UConn went to see the Warrens talk. I was too wimpy to go, and then he came back and talked to me about what the Warrens said for like an hour, and I couldn't sleep. I was such a wimp.
I think
but
they're
yeah,
so
so
full of shit, but that's just me.
it's like if you were there, like they had, my roommate said, like everyone was freaking out with their stories, and call it performance, whatever you want, but it was a very effective showing at the Gamble Pavilion, let's just say. But because I think they were from Connecticut or Rhode Island, so but he
Somewhere.
said everyone was
Well, where
freaking.
isn't the Amityville house somewhere out there? Because that's kind
I
of
think that's Long Island. I think that's Long
yeah.
Island. Yeah, but that he said that everyone was just freaking. Everyone was freaking out at this Warren thing, and they had it like right around Halloween, like it was Halloween week, so it was perfect timing for them to come to campus. And they weren't famous back then in terms of the internet. Did we have the internet back then? I don't know. There was no internet.
They
And
had, they were like
no, what I'm saying, when I was in
semi-famous or
college,
whatever, but yeah.
I don't think there was. Did we have emailing when I was in college?
Because they
I don't think we
were,
had
I
email.
believe they were actually named in the novel, and I believe they used their names in the Amityville movie.
But I'm saying
they
that but people, like when they went to see him, they just had the blurb like the Warrens, or like you said, but like it wasn't like I didn't know who the Warrens were until my
They
friend
didn't have the
told me.
notoriety they do now,
Now,
but I mean,
yeah.
like I said, I think they were well known enough through like a
In
few
those
television
circles.
appearances, and
Yeah,
I believe, like I said, I think they were, because I believe they had a part of the Amityville thing, and I think they're in the movie. I'm pretty sure they're in the book, but because that was like another thing that was kind of one of their first big claims to fame. And then the Annabelle story was also a pretty big one for a while.
that
But I
freaked
remember
everyone
them
out. The
popping
Annabelle
up on
story.
like Donahue type shows and shit all the time.
Yeah, they were semi-known, but it wasn't with the internet
Not to
and these
this
movies.
extent now,
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I didn't know who the Warrens were until I saw the poster on campus. He's like, "Do you want to go?" And I'm reading about it. I'm like, I'm kind of freaked out by this stuff. Like I've only seen The Exorcist once, and I don't think I can ever watch it again. Like I don't think this is a right fit for me. And then
I
almost wish it.
Correct with that. It's not even an Annabelle doll. It's Raggedy Ann. It's a fucking Raggedy Ann doll that people have seen supposedly move twice.
Yeah, don't mention it because the hairs in the back of the neck are
I'm
going
sorry,
up.
I find it very. I'm like the other end of the spectrum with these guys.
Yeah, I know.
I find them as huge fucking shysters. Like I think they're so full of shit. Like in fact,
But,
I think they
Tom,
probably
check
played a
behind
part.
you.
No,
Is the Raggedy Ann doll coming to life behind you?
no, it's not.
But that's the
behind
kind
me. The Jaws shark is behind me. He wants to eat. I got a ghoulie behind me. If he wants to eat me, and Slimer.
He's gonna eat you. Yeah. Oh God. I'm just telling you.
No,
That's the
I'm
kind
more
of horror
scared
that
of
scares the
taxes,
shit.
my man. Like,
Yeah. That's the kind of thing that scares me.
that's the
Totally
shit that scares me. Bills.
Yeah. Bills, right? Yeah.
Something going
You
wrong
just
in my
made it-
car. That's horrible. That's horrifying.
We're from the IRS and we're here to help.
Oh fuck.
Oh yeah. Oh, God.
I'll take Raggedy Ann any day of the week over that shit.
Or how about Dad Man with his
Yeah.
Zuni doll? Yeah.
And I mean, I know they don't
everyone-
use their names, but I know there was characters in Poltergeist that were loosely based on them too. The ones
Yeah,
that come in
yeah.
and do all that stuff. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's something, if you're a believer, there's something to it, but that's why
It's not that
as
I'm
a
not
Catholic,
a believer. I just feel like they're fucking circus
no, but I'm saying
barkers,
as a
man. Like,
religious person, but as a religious person, and if I'm steeped in the Catholic faith, and if you do believe in religion, and the converse is that there's good and there's evil. So
I get more out of The
that just
Exorcist than I
flips me
do
up.
their shit, to be honest
Yeah,
with you.
but
as
I mean,
being raised as a
Exorcist is not-
Catholic as well, but that's just
Yeah, well, that's just ultimate and scary. I haven't watched any of the Conjuring films because I'm too much of a wimp. So I know what they are, but
they're all exaggerated bullshit.
yeah. All right. Well, I'll keep that in mind if I ever watch it. And then
Yes.
if I can't, you're gonna have to come over for a sleepover party so I can sleep
right,
at
deal.
night. Then yeah.
But I mean,
Yeah.
especially Annabelle, because it's just a Raggedy Ann doll. There's
It
no
is.
way that doll ran around killing people.
But when they explain the story and the cop that goes down and opens it and touches it and gets possessed, yes, it could all be BS, right? But it's just the way they told that story in person that my roommate said they had everyone in that room believing that Raggedy Ann doll was cursed and possessed, right? So, hail
They
to
could
Polly's
probably
minion.
convinced that everybody a stinky sock was, as far as that goes. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't there, but stuff like that. I wonder, that'd be fascinating if they had it on tape or something. We could watch that.
That's the other thing is like same thing with like a lot of alien stuff now. It's like we got cell phones and everything else at this point. Not to mention it's so easy to fake things, but like, don't you think somebody would have captured something by now?
We would fucking know. We'd have pictures of Bigfoot by now. There is no Bigfoot.
That's the other
I'm
thing.
telling
There's
you.
no Bigfoot either.
There's no Bigfoot.
That's pretty obvious.
There's no effing Bigfoot.
Elvis
Sorry,
is
people.
dead. There is no Bigfoot.
Yeah. I mean,
And
yeah.
I'm not saying spirits aren't real, but they're not photographical with your phone, evidently. So
Yeah, you would have said everyone's got a freaking cell phone now. Yeah, so years ago, they got that famous footage of Bigfoot, but that's got to be AI before there was that. Well, now you could never believe anything.
Didn't the son of the guy that made that basically come out and said, "Yeah, it was a
hoax."
horse
Yeah.
shit." Same thing with the Loch Ness monster thing, which is sad, but yeah.
I mean, you want to? I want to believe, right?
You wanna
X-Files, which
believe.
X-Files is X-Files is coming back, right? So I mean, I do want to believe, and my favorite stuff actually with the X-Files was the Monster of the Week, like the Bigfoot stuff, quote unquote, the monsters.
I heard
versus
this time it's going to be called the Axe Files, though.
the X-Files. Yeah.
Sorry, that was racist.
That was bad. You're canceled, man. You are canceled. Jeez. How could you say that? It's clobbering time for you. Yeah.
Your agonizer, please.
And hopefully the stream is still truck dog approved. Yep. Hope
I
you
didn't
have a
even
great
make
week,
that
Applause
joke, so
Minion.
that's how I can get out of that.
Yeah. Hey, Courtney is here. Hey, Courtney. I'm checking for the Dropkick Murphy show in Denver. Hope you got Dropkicked.
Sweet.
Much of I'll check in later. Show is to be over in 25 minutes. Hope you had a great time there. Yep. And Bryant, hail to Bryant, says, Tom, you don't think ghosts are real?
I didn't say that. I just. Why would they want to come back here? Like if I got a ticket out of this place, I'm like, I'm going to heaven. Fuck this. I ain't coming back. Y'all are on your own.
Right.
So I got no more bills to worry about. No. I've had my own experiences with enough stuff that I'm not saying that I don't believe in ghosts, but I have not seen enough evidence to make me believe, if that makes sense. So,
Ghostbusters, we're ready to believe you.
you're too perfect on this one.
Hey, how about
I was going to make a quote, and you just jumped right in there. So like, yeah.
I played the quote.
But the Ghostbusters are ready to believe you.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week. No job is too big. No fee is too big.
And we can't, and that was my buddy Rob, God bless his soul, R.I.P. Rob, but he did a vacuum, he did central vac installations at his, out of his vacuum cleaner shop. And when someone would say, like, can you run a central vac into my garage through that concrete here? And he'd always be like, no job is too big, no fee is too big. And, we'd see who could get the Ghostbusters quote. And then, someone smiled. He's like, you get a discount if you recognize the quote. But, yeah, it was his line, like, yeah, shit, I can do anything for you, man. It's just gonna cost you. And, of course, you can't quote Ghostbusters without playing this. It has to be played.
Everything was fine with our system until the power grid was shut off by Dickless here.
Is this true?
Yes, it's true. This man has no dick.
Which that joke gets totally ruined by the TV version, and bless them for putting the TV version on the DVD or the Blu-ray or whatever. I don't know if you have that version where they
what
put
is
it?
What does he say?
Okay,
on that
well, because
version?
famously, like a lot of films in that era, they knew it was going to eventually be on television, so they would film alternate takes.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Because
yeah,
famously, like if you've ever seen Beverly Hills Cop on television, like 80% of that movie is alternate takes.
Oh, wow.
Because, they basically had to redo the whole movie without Eddie Murphy saying the F word on every other sentence. Yeah. So, Ghostbusters not as bad, but similarly had like 5 or 6, alternate takes. And we came, we saw, we kicked its ass was, well, what a roundabout of fun that was. Instead, and then there's a few other lines, and it's like, so in the TV version, he goes, everything was fine until Wallywick here turned off the containment unit. He goes, is it true? He goes, yes. That's it. It's like the whole joke is gone. It's like,
it doesn't work, right? Yeah. And then in the movie theater, people are freaking laughing so much, like you couldn't hear the next, the next lines in the movie. Yeah. So, Claude
Bill's got some great lines in there. Yeah.
Oh my God, just so freaking good. Just
even the second film, he's got some good ones, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, just lightning in a bottle. Like, when was the last movie that we could say, maybe Lord of the Rings? When was the last movie we could argue was like super amazing? Like, you'd say, yeah, this is just like an ultimately amazing.
I don't think we have to go that far back.
Yeah, how far? What would you like? The last, like the best movie of the last.
I've enjoyed a lot of films. Now, I'm not saying a lot of films.
No, but like
sucked.
super amazing. Like this is an all-time.
Well, Godzilla -1 was a big hit with most people. I saw a movie that most people haven't seen yet that I recommend that I was surprised I ended up enjoying. In fact, I got it right here. It's in the G's. It's called Good Fortune, and it actually has Seth Rogen in it and Aziz Ansari.
And you really
I actually
loved that,
enjoyed it quite a bit.
Okay. I love Ansari. His show was
well, Keanu Reeves is the main star, but so it's I don't know if you've seen the trailers or not for it. Basically, Keanu Reeves plays a guardian angel whose job is to stop people from texting and driving. So he wants to do more. He wants to save people. So he gets involved in this guy's life, and he fucks a bunch of shit up and gets fired. And so he's got to set all this shit right to get his job back. So it's kind of like a little twist on It's a Wonderful Life, kind of thing. And
but generally, but funny. Yeah.
It is. It was really funny, and I wasn't annoyed to death by Seth Rogen, surprisingly.
You're like, what's going on here?
Yeah, basically Aziz Ansari, when his movie fell apart. Speaking of Bill Murray, so this does actually tie in with that.
Yeah, because he got canceled,
semi-canceled from that.
Semi-canceled.
it seems like this was the ashes that Aziz had picked up from that project, because that was supposed to be his first film he ever directed. And instead they put this together super quick, and this came out, but unfortunately didn't do anything at the box office. But I recommend it to people. It was I enjoyed it quite a bit, and I've seen it like 3 times now. And I got to say, it's probably my favorite film from last year.
Wow. Yeah, what was Ansari's what was his TV show that was on
I don't remember the show, but I know what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah. I love that show, and that's got the bacon clip in it that I just love, that freaking his bacon clip that's in that movie or in that TV show. Let's see. What was the name of it? It was hysterical, that show. I love
I mean,
that
I could
show.
be wrong. I have a weird sense of humor sometimes. The movie
Yeah,
suck.
that was a weird. What the Master of None.
That one, yeah. But I'm talking about Good Fortune. I mean, somebody else, I have not talked to anybody else yet who's seen it that I haven't shown it to them myself. And everybody I've watched it with enjoyed it, but they're not like critics. They're not like people like us online who watch movies all the time, so. Yeah.
Master of None was an amazing, if I'm picking a TV show that, that I really liked, Master of None would be one here. Let's, why is this not sharing on the screen here? There we go. Oh, there we go. So if you haven't seen Master of None, man, it's freaking hysterical. And he goes to Italy in the start of the second season. He's like down on his luck guy, always trying to, meet women, a lot of dating.
So he's basically
jokes.
playing the same part in this movie then.
Okay, yeah, totally down on his luck.
Because that's basically what he is. He's a struggling guy trying to just get by, and everything kind of just comes crashing down on him. And
And this pickup lines, and the comedians in this are hysterical. And then he's in Italy. Yep, that's the famous, famous shots in Italy. I think that's near Rome, and the road to Rome. And this the bacon. I got to clip that bacon scene because when he's Muslim, and he's one of the funniest things in this show was he's not halal anymore. So but every time his parents come to visit, he's like pretending to be religious still with the food that he's eating. He's like, I just can't do it. And they have a flashback. I don't know. Somewhere I have the clip. I have to clip it. But his mom calls. He's like, it's time to go to services. And like, what are you doing? I'm having bacon and eggs for breakfast. And his mom's like, well, you do realize that we're Muslim and you're not supposed to have bacon. But he's like, Mom, it's so good. And then like this scene, and like after,
I think
like
I've
the
seen
lights
that
come,
clip.
that clip, and the lights come. Yeah, I played it before. Yeah, and the lights coming through the window, and he's like, I just can't, So the funny thing is, like his there's a wedding or something, so everyone's at a restaurant, and he's like, I just can't do it anymore. It's like I'm ordering the Cuban sandwich at the deli, and the parents are like, "What?" And then his cousin sees this cousin later, and he's like, "Can I have a bite of your Cuban sandwich?" Like after, and he has one bite, and the guy's like, "Oh my God, this is so good!" And he's like, "I only said one bite." And then when he does, he takes his cousin to the barbecue contest in Brooklyn or something, and there they are, like going crazy over
eating
there,
pork
and then like
shit.
someone eating pork, and then someone's walking through and might seize them. It's like really comedic. Yeah, there's with the pig, the pig in the pictures, and it's a fun. It's really funny. But yeah,
he got
I love
replaced
the
on
show.
his own show. I didn't know that.
He did, yeah. Well, let me catch
That's
up
what
to
Bryant
the
just
chat.
said.
Yeah, I thought they just canceled the show.
Well, because he did get half-assed Me Too'd for a second, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, all these women were accusing him, and let's see what happened with the. Let's see if I think there were only two seasons or 3 seasons. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, I did bacon. Yeah, that's season 2, episode 3, religion. So if you just watch one episode of the series, let me put that link in. Yeah, so just that episode was freaking hysterical. Like I'm religious Catholic. You're not supposed to have meat on Friday. Sometimes now I forget. Like I'm gonna burn in hell. But
bacon's not meat; it's a necessity.
It's a necessity, yeah. So that just really hysterical. That'd be a fun one to do a watch party with. Yeah, just watch that one. So I think there were 2 seasons or 3 seasons. Let's see. Oh yeah, 3 seasons. Okay, it's been years since I watched it. Yeah. Well, no, she's a character on the show. She was a writer on the show, so I think they just canceled the show. Let's see, season 3. Yep. I don't know if I wouldn't be surprised if I need a long break before I come back. Oh, maybe. Oh, so maybe I've only. That's why I thought there were only 2 seasons. With Nikki. Oh. The focus. Oh, that's right. You're right. I'm totally wrong, Brian. Yeah. So, but it was like yeah, basically like a mini series or something. Yeah. So it was like a 5 episodes. I'm totally forgetting that. Maybe it was so bad that I didn't pay attention. Oh, that's right. Yeah. So they had the gay couple. Yep. Master of None presents Moments in Love. Okay. Yeah. So really, it's that side character. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, see, my brain sometimes is not. Yeah, Moments in Love. So I don't even. That's why I was thinking it was just 2 seasons, but then that was just totally nothing
Does that
to do
count
with his
though?
character.
That's basically just trying to do a spin-off.
It's a spin-off.
Backdoor
It's a
pilot
spin-off
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's why I'm not remembering it. Yep. I did watch it, but yeah, it's not
Because he
nowhere
directed
near
and
the
wrote it, but
comedy.
he just wasn't in it. It sounds like.
Yeah, so it's a spin-off with. So his character's name was Dev, but yeah, he was canceled. But I think he's been vindicated since then, or was it
I don't know
proven?
about that, but he's gotten he's probably in the right political background that he's been forgiven or whatever. But yeah,
no, but sometimes these people. There's accusations. It turns out to be
I
total.
don't know if anything
total
came
BS.
of it or not. To be honest with you,
Yeah. So, yeah, right. Yeah, Brian. Yeah, thank you for pointing that out. Yep. So, yep. Do I wish Being Mortal got made? What is Being Mortal? Do you know what that is, Tom?
not
Goggle up.
offhand.
Is that a TV show or a movie?
Sounds familiar, but I'm not placing it offhand.
I've got to goggle it because I do not know. Being Mortal. Let's see. Is that a film or? It's a book I'm seeing. Yeah, if you could put in, Bryant, what's that about? Yep. Because I haven't heard that one yet. Yep. But let's do. I think we could do a little.
I'm sharing the trailer if you want to check that.
Oh,
out.
the one. Oh yeah. Here's the trailer. Yep. Let's do that. Yep.
If you want.
Yeah, that to say. Oh sure. Yeah.
I don't think.
I got to remove this one. No, yeah. I think it helps if you turn your camera on too. Someone was saying if you turn your camera on when you're showing these things, or it doesn't matter, right? We're commentating on the trailer. Yep. We are live commentating. Yep. Oh, my hat is crooked here.
My name is Gabriel. I'm an angel. I'm here to save you.
What? Who the fuck are you?
I'm an angel.
You just swore at him.
What was that?
No, he said, you just swore at him. You're going to hell now. You just can't swear at an angel, right?
I know all about you. I know you lost your job. I know you're living in your car.
I did everything I was supposed to do and nothing's working out.
I'm not really supposed to be doing this. I'm normally only in charge of saving people from texting and driving.
Wait, you're telling me I'm a budget guardian angel?
Kinda.
My life is just in the service of people like Jeff.
Arge, I'm Jeff, a pleasure.
The people who actually get to live.
Fix my cold plunge. Get a disco floor for my party and find a shaman to take me on an ayahuasca journey.
Maybe I can show you that life is not all it's cracked up to be.
So he's playing like Cano's not playing Cano Reeves.
It's kind of like a twist on a Wonderful Life.
That's a Wonderful Life, yeah.
You wanted to have wealth and success?
Now look at you.
Jeff's life is now your life.
What happened to Jeff?
Is there any update on the Huevos Rancheros for Alex?
He has your life.
Gabriel, why did you do this?
I tried to show him that wealth wouldn't solve all his problems.
And?
It seems to have solved most of his problems.
It seems to solve most of his
So
problems.
what? I just go back to living in my car?
You lived in your car?
Yes, Jeff, I did. Why do you think an angel got involved? Because I had too many roommates? Tough it out for a few days.
You think because I'm a tech bro, I can't live your life for a little while?
I came from nothing. I'm self-made.
What did your parents do?
My father was an orthopedic surgeon.
My father's orthopedic
How do
surgeon.
people
yeah.
do this without just being miserable and angry all the time?
You're up here in this huge house. I'm fighting just to get by.
You'll never believe me.
Her
but
character's probably
I've
the
been
worst
there.
part of the movie.
Give me God. I
Yeah.
want a meeting with God. God! It's Jeff!
It's God, it's Jeff. So how did this movie do?
And
And
Gabriel, you're smoking cigarettes now?
Leave me alone, Jeff. I like it. It's all I have.
It didn't do that well at the box office.
My
but-
wings are too
It did?
small.
Not the size of the wing.
Actually, it is.
Oh, that's too bad.
that's pretty funny. Yeah, that
It was
trailer
pretty
makes me
funny.
look
I mean, they don't give too much. I mean, they give like the basic away in the trailer. But
yeah.
the only reason I showed it is because I'm like, when I saw the film, I'm like, I'm surprised that majority of what's in the trailer is like the first 20, 30 minutes or so of the movie. It's not giving away too much.
Not
of the
giving
latter
away
part.
too much. Yeah.
So,
Directed
no,
by
it was
Z's, but
surprisingly
canceled.
better. Yeah.
Okay. Canceled, but complained about. Oh, the Bill Murray movie. Okay. Yep. Thank you for that, Brian. Yep. So,
Okay, Being Mortal was the
Interesting.
movie that was gonna get
Yeah,
made, but
got
didn't. Yeah. So this
I mean,
came
I
out
like-
of the ashes of that, basically.
that's what this is, I guess, right? This is,
Yeah.
yeah. So it did. So I guess it did get made, but in a different form. I guess
Different
or-
movie altogether, as far as
Alto-
I understand.
totally,
like, because
totally
this was an
different movie.
off the cuff like idea, I guess, from Aziz that he had
Okay.
mentioned to like a friend or a producer or something like that, and they're like, "That's a very interesting story. Let's run with that." And they just wrote it real quick. And my guess is like this all came together after that other project fell apart, and they were able to get it made. So kudos to them on
Interesting.
that part. But I didn't like the fact that Keke Palmer was trying to get Bill Murray canceled. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've heard some stuff about Bill Murray. Well, Lucy Liu's not a big Bill Murray fan, right? As we know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I
So,
guess he had kind of quasi apologized to her.
He
I don't
did,
know
yeah. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
I don't know if she accepted it or not. But
Yeah.
maybe you'll have to ask her.
I'll have to ask her. Yeah.
I don't know if I'd bring that up to her, to be honest with you.
Yeah. No, I probably wouldn't.
That'd be like
yeah.
one of the things I wouldn't even do.
It would not bring up, yeah. Being Mortal is an aborted American comedy drama film, written, directed, produced, and co-starring Aziz Ansari, and what was to be his feature directorial debut. Nonfiction book of the same name with Bill Murray, Seth Rogen, Keke Palmer. Filming began in April. Production was suspended due to complaint against Murray. Wow, so they actually started filming the movie too. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And I think sexual harassing is a little bit
Yeah.
strong, but okay, sure.
But didn't he grab her? Or no, he
Sort of. Like, I guess what happened was, and this
he
is
kissed
just
her or something.
I don't know if he even kissed her, but I guess there was like a bed on set, and she was some assistant or something on the set, and I guess they had been, in his eyes, perceived as jokingly flirting or whatever.
Yeah.
At one point, and then he had, I guess, spun her around and was on top of her on the bed, goofing around, and I guess she took it the wrong way, or other people took it more the wrong way, is what it sounded like to me, because I never even heard her actually formally making any sort of complaint.
We said I did something, says Murray, that I thought was funny, but it wasn't taken that way.
I was going to say, and again, as far as I know, it was like Keke Palmer and other people that were saying something that were all upset that got the thing. I don't know for sure, but again, I don't ever remember the woman herself actually claiming that she had felt that she had, and I don't want to say she didn't. I'm just saying I never read or saw anywhere where she herself personally was charging Bill Murray with anything wrong. It was other people on the set who felt he was acting inappropriately, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. So 2025, he planned on going back to the movie after finishing Being Mortal, and Ansari shared that 50% of the film had been shot. Holy shit! And that Rogen played the son of Murray's dying protagonist, with Palmer playing Rogen's wife. Ansari also revealed that Helen Slayton Hughes had shot a small part in the film. It's a recent resident. He also said talks were ongoing about finishing the film, but depended on scheduling. Holy crap! So they filmed half of the movie.
I didn't even know it was that much done. Yeah.
Wow. So that's a big hit. That's not like, hey, you know, we
Well, if
filmed
they
like
took
two or
if they
three,
took
two
a
or 3 weeks.
tax or insurance claim on it,
Write
they'll
off.
probably never see the light of day. Yeah.
Yeah, if they got some money back, but wow, yeah, that's not
Well,
like
they
Back to
probably
the
did that, and
Future.
they used that money to probably put towards Good Fortune.
This movie, yeah, Back to the Future. Hey, we don't like our lead. Let's get Michael J. Fox. Let's reshoot 3 weeks. But
Well, that was because they got lucky and they made that deal with Ned Tannen at the time, and Spielberg made that deal with him.
yeah. Facts of Facts of Life with
Well, Family Ties, because they
Family
wanted
Ties. Yeah.
Michael J. Fox, but the head of Family Ties, the producer of the show, wouldn't let him out of the deal because they needed him. And but Universal, like Ned Tannen and those guys, like made a deal with Spielberg and Zemeckis that basically like take what's his face? I just forget the actor's name. Kid from Mask, the one that was originally Martin McFly.
Yeah. I'm picturing his face right now.
Yeah, I know. And I can't think of his damn name now.
Right?
That kid. Anyway, you take him for now, and if it doesn't work, then we'll reshoot everything, and that's exactly what fucking happened.
Yeah.
But that was because they were under the impression that it wouldn't matter. Eric Stoltz, thank you.
Eric Stoltz. Thank you, Chad. Thank you,
Well,
Brian.
it's not just Eric. There was a point where the Crispin Glover they probably would have been better off replacing him early on too.
Yeah, if they just
I don't know if you
replaced
heard his
Crispin.
new recent controversy, but yeah.
Oh, what happened to Crispin?
He's being accused of battery, assault,
rope.
and
my
kidnapping
God, yeah.
and other things. Like right now with some lady, like
With something to do with a lady, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Oh, what a dumbass. Yeah, because that whole.
But he was a pain in the butt from the start, and then he sued him over part 2. So yeah.
Yeah, well, famously, he what he had done was he wanted so much money for part 2 that they said screw you, and they had an actor that kind of looked like him, and then they used him in the movie
footage from part 1
without his permission, and he actually won the case, and he won a lot of money.
And
so now it's well, that's changed how likenesses can be used in films, which I agree with. I agree with it, but all they had to do was just recast him like they did in Back to the Future with Michael J. Fox's girlfriend, right? I wonder how many people saw that movie and didn't realize that the actresses hadn't changed.
Nobody paid attention.
No one paid attention, right, to the girlfriend.
Not at that point, no.
But the original actress, she had to take care of her mom who was ill and decided not to do part 2. So you got Elizabeth Shue, and of course Elizabeth Shue is can never be a downgrade, right? I thought the original actress was fine and cute.
They technically did recast Crispin Glover, but the mistake was, as you pointed out, using the old footage without permission. Now, had they gone and reshot that footage with the new actor, it would have been a different story. Because there is like 2 or 3 shots where they do actually use the other actor.
Yeah.
And if you're paying enough attention, especially on the 4K version now, you can see
You can see.
Yeah.
So because he's upside down. In that scene,
in that
right?
one shot, and then there's a bunch of stuff from the 1950s where he's standing in, especially like shots wherever it has to have both Martys in scene where they didn't want to do the special effects. Like those shots had to be reshot. So if you're paying close enough attention, a lot of those shots are shot in a way that they're kind of like not quite askewing, but you know what I mean, like the what's going on in the background. But if you're paying enough attention and looking close enough, you can tell it's the other actor and not
you can tell,
Crispin Glover. So
let's see if I can show some images of.
But that was the thing, is that it wasn't so much that they had the other actor come in and play him so much as when they used the other footage. That's what
the footage. Yeah. So they had,
and they actually put makeup on the other actor to make him look like
him,
Crispin Glover as well, which also I don't think helped. So
but I don't think they could. I don't think they could sue over that. If you ask me. I think he would have lost.
I don't know if that played. I'd have to go and look at the court case.
No,
I don't know if that played a factor.
But the footage, I think, was a slam dunk.
That
but
was the big thing. Yeah.
I don't think you could. I think he would have. My opinion, and I, stayed at a Holiday Inn one time in my life. I think that he wouldn't have won if it was just an actor with makeup trying to kind of look like him.
Well, that's what I said. Is if they had reshot all those scenes, I don't think he would have won exactly.
Yeah, I don't think
the mistake was in reusing the footage without getting clearance. Basically, I think is what.
Yeah, getting paid, and you should get paid for your work. I agree with him, but he thought apparently you read into this allegedly the the people said he was, all high on himself and what a great actor he was. And it's like, you're not the reason this movie's a success. He was good in it. I
Crispin's a weirdo though. So.
Yeah. But yeah, he was he was excellent in the role.
Yeah. So this is what he's being
well.
sued for battery and fraud. Like he's being sued right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess is that the actor that was meant to look like?
That's the one that played, that with the makeup
played
on and all that shit. Yeah.
But there's that one scene in the kitchen where, this is the one scene, yeah. So,
well, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. So, he was blacklisted provided testimony that awarded Kristen Glover $760,000 on out of court settlement.
Oh, so maybe that's part of, like I was saying, I thought it had something also to do with them using the makeup to make him look like the actor too.
Yeah. Producers belittle him, but I know there was a whole controversy of going on with that. Yeah, so they were using his likeness. Yeah. So
they should have just at the time when they were recasting Michael J. Fox, they probably should have just recast George McFly as well, is my opinion.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Oh, and Hank Azaria took over the role of Sulu from George Takei in The Simpsons after Takei was dismissed, allegedly after a pre-Me Too incident after Crispin got his out-of-court settlement. Oh, interesting, yeah. Universal Black was seen and never used me as a TV show or film again, and Chris was never taken my calls or spoken to me since, yeah. Interesting article, yeah. So, but there's a whole controversy over that movie there. Yeah. So, very. I'll put this link in the chat for this Reddit article if anyone wants to read it here. Yeah. Oh, let me catch up to the chat here. Yeah. Crispin has always been a weird dude. Yep. The one who punched Biff is Eric still. Oh, that's right.
The rumor. That's the rumor.
Case, yeah. Held a head case. Yep. What did they expect from Bill Murray? Yeah.
I don't. He's Bill Murray.
Yeah, I don't.
You're
think
lucky he showed up.
Yeah. I don't think they did the whole film.
Yeah, actually they did.
Oh, they did.
Yeah. Because honestly, the reason
that
they got lucky.
I only heard it.
Yeah,
I heard
the short version is they shot for close to a month with Eric Stoltz, and they could tell it was not working.
It was not working.
And
right? Yeah.
And so what they did was they took like a week off, I believe. They got, or maybe it wasn't even that long, because word came down that Eric was not coming back. And they didn't reshoot everything, though. They only shot the sides that they needed with Michael J. Fox. So, for instance, like if there's a scene where it's just Doc on screen and he's talking to Marty off screen, that shit was not reshot. The only stuff that was reshot was the stuff that was Michael J. Fox's side of it, and or if they had to interact with Michael J. Fox.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, all the other stuff they just kept. So they had like, say, a third of the film still that they could use, if that makes sense. But that's why they didn't recast anybody, didn't change anything, all that kind of stuff, which is kind of rare, because a good example of how this thing would usually go is what happened to Beverly Hills Cop. Because for those who don't know, initially Sylvester Stallone was going to be in Beverly Hills Cop. And he started changing things so much that they're like, you know what, your movie and our movie that we want to make are two completely different things. So both parties decided to separate and go their own ways. And Stallone took all his ideas that he had brought to the table and made Cobra.
Yep. A serious movie.
And then they went back to formula with Beverly Hills Cop, and then that's when they went towards Eddie Murphy, because initially that was the whole idea, is they were going to get a comedian to play it initially. It was like,
which made sense.
Bill Murray, Martin Short, somebody like that, whatever. And it just so happened Eddie Murphy was big at the time, and that was who they wanted, but Stallone was bigger. So
right.
So until he departed the project, that's kind of what happened. And then at that point, so it's kind of like here, like it's not like that to where it was like a totally different project, because they did keep the cast for the most part from the Stallone version to the Eddie Murphy version. But what changed is like Jenny Summers was no longer going to be a love interest and stuff like that. Okay. So they did change things around a bit more.
Yeah.
They didn't recast or change anything there, as opposed same thing here. And they didn't shoot anything over there. They had shot the movie.
I can't believe that. I'm learning something new every night, which is awesome. I'm learning a lot of stuff tonight. So thank you. guys, Brian and everyone.
Was it over a month? I knew it was a while. Yes, they
saying
had
7 8 weeks. Wow,
yeah, that makes sense because it's a bigger.
Do you think they? I'm always assuming it was like just 1 or 2 weeks. Do you think they kind of made it seem like that, so it wasn't like, yeah, we had to, this movie was, really screwed up, and yeah, it's not going to be good, and because I've never heard that before. I'm not.
Well,
I'm
the
not
thing
doubting.
is
it,
I think they
believing.
managed to keep it like. Here's the difference
Quiet,
between now
keep on the
and
QT.
then. Right, like a lot of times they controlled what got out a lot more so than now, right?
Yeah.
Like, you didn't have, and not only that, at that point, Back to the Future wasn't Back to the Future yet, so nobody was paying attention to what the hell was going on, So.
Yeah, because I always heard like, oh, Eric Stoltz. It seemed to me like they kind of made it seem like he was there for like a weekend or something, or a week.
No,
it's not working out. So,
no,
wow,
he shot most of the movie. I couldn't remember how many weeks it was, but like
Eric O'Brien is saying,
majority of the movie,
7 to 8 weeks. So that's on a movie that could be the whole movie. Yeah, in 8 weeks of most movies.
Well, there's talks of they're going to try and do. I guess they've been trying to work it out with Eric for a while, where they can release the footage. Like they want to release some sort of documentary alongside all the footage they did shoot with him. So they want to like recut the movie back together with his stuff, I suppose, to kind of just give you the Eric Stoltz version at some point. That's a plausibility I've heard rumblings about, but it has to all be ironed out legally. So that's why there has been no real footage that's leaked out outside of like the 10 seconds that's in one of the documentaries or whatever.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of quick clips. Yep. So, So interesting, really interesting to know. Yeah. And hail to Oliver. Yep. Oh, we've got a comment from Darth. Hey, yeah, Darth. Really not the place.
I didn't block him, so whoever did, he must have pissed somebody off. It would have been one of my mods. So, Darth, I'll tell you this right now: you're known to have a bit of a spicy attitude about things, and you tend to piss some people off. I didn't even know about it till now. So sorry to hear that, but you've been warned and you've been given several chances. That's the best I could say. I don't even know what you did wrong, but I'm not surprised, to be honest with you. So sorry to hear. I'll ask my mods and see what they say, but I would not hope for an appeal, but we'll see what we can do.
All right. Well, thank you for addressing that, Tom, and thank you, Darth, for being here. And if you want to, I guess send Tom a message or send the mods, but not the place to discuss it here. But
I've warned you personally, Darth Scipio, on stream. So don't pretend you haven't been warned. You've been banned from a lot of channels for similar reasons, I'm sure. So don't act like you're some innocent in this. I will check into it for you, but just be cool. Don't be a dick, or I won't even bother. So, like I just said, I'm not surprised you have been, because you've pushed yourself to that point before. So,
but all right,
don't make me turn on my daddy voice.
Moving on here, but thank you, Darth. Yep. Well, let's not litigate this in the chat for Sunday Night Geekery, but I don't know if.
Yeah, you're right. This is not the time or place, and he does this. That's another reason why. So yeah.
Well, let's. I don't know if you guys follow each other on other means, but yeah.
But no, I'm just saying. I know that he's been banned from other streams for doing similar things. So yeah.
Well, Tom said he'll look into it, so we'll leave it at that. All right, so let's. For All Mankind, we get a new trailer for that. That show is freaking awesome. I love For All Mankind. And I do hope we do get that footage from Stoltz, because that would be fun. For All Mankind, that's another. I think there's been better TV that I remember than movies. I got to make a list of like my favorite movies in the aughts maybe, and see what comes up. Favorite movies. Godzilla -1 would be up there, but For All Mankind is one of the shows that I thought was phenomenal. Have you watched any of For All Mankind, Tom? Or
no, I've heard of it. I have not seen it though, and I don't have Apple right now, but I'm getting it again here this week or whatever.
Yeah, so you could binge
Godzilla stuff and all that stuff. But I haven't seen this yet. I might check this out, but I got to check out the Godzilla show and Pluribus or whatever the hell you call it.
Pluribus or Pluribus,
whatever the hell it's
Pluribus,
called.
Yeah, that's been good too. Headcase says Back to the Future, right? Yep.
Yeah, that's a good name for it.
So if you're a sci-fi fan, this I'm a sucker for anything Apollo or space, and so with the premise of this show, and it's going to be the 5th season, so what it is was the Soviets land on the moon first, and it kind of changes history. And we have different presidents, like Al Gore becomes president somehow, instead of George Bush, and different things happen because of the way the space program goes. And the U.S., goes into a funk, and they're always trying to catch up to the Russians, and then they have competing military bases, and there's conflicts, and this astronaut, let's see, where's one of the main astronauts here, like you know him from like the Apollo program, and you follow him through, and you follow. They bring ladies into the astronaut program much earlier because the Soviets have a woman on the moon. So then, we're always competing, but we're always behind. But then what happens is, because of the conflict in space, which makes sense too, the competition never ends. So they keep the program mankind advances really quickly into space because they're always competing to get competition is good. So there's a race to get to Mars and beyond, and there's some great tragedies that happen, huge tragedies, huge epic conflicts, and heroics that happen, and just really well done. And it's kind of like an Elon Musk type character in this movie. Yeah, so this is like the main astronaut, Joel Kinnaman. One of the big things I did not like was one of the wives in the show, one of the astronauts, has an affair with like her son's friend, and like it was just cringe. I'm like, please do not do this. Yep. But yeah, just really some great scenes, and great what if. What if the Soviets got to the moon first? What would have happened? And there's an armed conflict on the moon. Spoiler alert! They secretly ship up weapons to the moon because the moon's supposed to be demilitarized, and shit goes down. And God, it's fascinating. But they eventually, invent like a faster than, almost like a light speed, a ship that can travel to the moon, like. And beyond really fast. Like the technology keeps advancing. So then they get into like the miners that are working on Mars, like they're getting screwed over, so they've got some politics, but interesting stuff too, and conflict between nations, and really a fascinating show. And so this is the main character, Joel Kinnaman, and he's, obviously much old. They age the guy. They keep aging him up because it's the show takes place over like 40 or 50 years, and he's lived like off planet at this point like 20 years. So huge thumbs up from me. I hope I haven't ranted too much about it, but really a great show. And it's Ronald D. Moore, famous for Star Trek Enterprise, the last season of Enterprise, and Battlestar Galactica. But it's great to see this is getting made, and really do love this show. It was a big surprise. I didn't think I was going to like it. I'm like, those commie bastards beat us to the moon. I'm not watching this shit. And it's pretty good. Yep. So good stuff. Yep. Have I seen From? I have not seen From. What is From? Yep. Do you know what that is, Tom? Let's see if Tom did Tom have to maybe head out.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Nope. Yeah, From is that I'm goggling it. Residents of a small town struggle to find a way from mysterious unknown forces keep them from living. Oh, I think that's vaguely. Let's share this tab instead. Is this what? I think I might have seen the trailer from this. Now that you mention it, I might have seen this. Yep, they're all stuck in the town. What did you think of it, Headcase? Give it a shot. Let me know. Yep, season 1. Who makes this? Is Epix or? It's all stuck in a town. I think it looked pretty. Was it? I knew there's a mystery of what's keeping them in the town, right? What was the Stephen King one? They're under the bubble, under the dome. Is it kind of like Under the Dome? Let's see. From is the best. Let's share this. From is the best TV show that will make you hate its guts. Yep. And it's Headcase is saying it's epic. All right. Well, I'm putting that on the list. Let me put that in my show notes to add to watch. Yep. From TV show. I think it did look pretty interesting from that trailer. I know that actor. He's good. Yep. warning instead. If you find a way to watch the MGM Plus series from, recommend you do. It's a highly effective blend of mystery and horror, anchored by some dynamite performance, which is full of scares, chills, action, and human drama. It's also a show that perpetually threatens to collapse in on itself, explaining its universe with new twists and reveals, escalating terror in a way that has me making bets with myself on whether there is a grand master plan to play or whether it's all being made up on the spot, aka Lost. Will finally manage to answer at least one of the thousands of questions thrown up in 2 seasons, or will it tumble off the high wire it is built for itself? That is a question I could not stop asking while watching whenever I got a moment to breathe. All right, well, premise reminiscent of a Stephen King story. Family on a drive through a secluded wooded road are forced to take a detour and confronted with a large felled tree in the middle of the path. Their route takes them to a small town that has no shortage of strange attributes, most immediate of which are the facts that no one who arrives is able to leave. All exit roads are eventually loop back around to lead back into town. And that, as the locals who gather around the new arrivals are great pains to point out, under no circumstances should the family spend a single night outdoors. Indoors, with one of the strange talismans that every household is hanging above its door, is the only safe way to live there. All right, well, that sounds fascinating and freaky scary. So, yeah, definitely. I'm gonna watch. You like horror, right, Tom? So I'll check that out. What do you think? I'll give it a shot. Give it a few episodes yet. It looks MGM TV. Where the hell is this?
Is that through Amazon? I don't know.
How can you watch this?
I don't know.
Let's see. Streaming from. Let me see where can I find this? Yep. Let's see. Where can I find this? Where the heck is MGM streaming? Oh, I did AI mode by accident. Crap. I don't want AI mode. I want it all. Let's see. Premiere MGM Plus. Oh, formerly Epix. Was that a free service? Or was that Boyd Stevens? Let's see. Where to watch? Oh, MGM Plus, Prime Video, and the Roku channel. All right. Well, I'll give that a few shots there. Yep, and see if it grabs me within a few episodes, and I will let you know. Yep. So yeah, I thought the trailer. I don't think the trailer looked pretty interesting. If you had seen it, Tom, yep, looked pretty good. Yep. So let's do a little bit of foodery. We got to make everyone hungry at 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So let's let me share. We don't have a ton of foodery tonight, so you're probably not going to get too hungry. And so this was. Let's see. Share this screen instead. Let me share this tab here. It's a little foodery here, so of course, we always want to thank Clobberin Times for making this Sunday night foodery. We're going to drive him crazy with the food, and you guys out there, and Guagnar for Mark's Eatery. Thank you. Yeah. All right, so my friend Jeff, what's this healthy stuff? So this was Harold's dinner last night. So he made peas. Not a fan of the peas yet. But he did make some nice lamb and potatoes. Yep, so there we go. So Jeff is probably asleep right now because he's old. He can't stay up that late. There's some good lamb. It's kind of a blurry picture, but cell phone picture. But it was pretty tasty. And Harold made these biscuits, not biscuits. It was supposed to be like Yorkshire pudding. They did not work. Sorry, Harold. We all agreed that his biscuits were not worthy of butter, but he tried. He tried a new recipe, but those weren't so good. And then some pine nuts, and those are pretty good. A little burnt there, but the underneath ones were good. But that was a good side dish. And Jeff had a nice presentation. And I don't know if Jeff is still out there. Oh, we had lemon pie today, so I don't know. Is lemon pie? I think lemon pie was. Hey, Gen X is here. Get good, hail dudes. I think lemon pie was here earlier. Is lemon pie? Are you still here, Lemon? But here's a lemon pie. Very good, most excellent. And that was just lunch today. Yeah. And here's Harold. So happy birthday to Harold, you old badger there. So you got ice cream cake. So that was good. And this is Jeff is now world famous. There's my buddy Jeff and Harold. So yep. So you made Sunday Night Geekery. You finally did it. You finally reached the big time. I don't have permission to show their photos, but what are they going to do to me, right? What are they going to sue me? Well, Harold's actually been on YouTube a lot. I don't know if Jeff has, but Jeff, don't get mad, right? Yep. Yep. So that's our foodery. And if you ever see these peanut butter bites in the store, these are freaking good. They nice healthy caloric intake there. So good stuff. Yep. 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 So yep. All good. Yep. Yep. All right. And Dorothy, yeah, don't tell Tom to drive carefully, right? I think I've banned like 1 or 2 people, but knock it off, buddy. All right. So don't threaten anyone here, and hopefully you're just joking around, but not going to stand for that crap either. So just watch what you say, especially to a guest on my show, right? Don't go after a guest on my show, and that's what I always remember Clobby standing up for guests on his show. So let's not hunt any of that crap, and don't. I hope that's not a threat. I hope you're just making a joke there. So, but just watch what you say here, all right? Don't let me hit the hammer too, because pretty damn rare that I've done that. And it's only been with someone who's made racially insensitive comments. So let's not go there. All right, so we got that for the foodery, and.
This feels awfully racist.
Yeah, well, it could be. It could be. Yep. Look at these. Look at the Chinese food here. Yep, yep, and the crayfish boil. Yep, yep. I gotta cook this and let Steve Mitchum know how that came out. He wanted to know, but let's do some enabling here, because why not? I gotta get everyone to spend money that we don't have, and this is a freaking cool, really cool item here that. Just could not resist. Let's share this. So this is the Corgi Club. Let me put this link in the chat here. It ain't cheap, and the tariffs are like $40 to get this shipped. But I did have to confess, I did splurge and get this because the Batmobile. This is one of my holy grail toys as a kid that I never had. I had the James Bond, and I had a bunch of other Corgis. And Tom, did you ever have the Batmobile Corgi as a kid, or
no?
You would have been. Yeah,
I wasn't even aware of this Corgi thing until you brought it up. To be honest.
Okay. Yeah. So this was. I had friends who had this Batmobile, and I'm like David Prince had this Batmobile. like, can I have it? He's like, no, you can't have it. Like, you don't like Batman as much as I do. And he had I think he had the Batboat too. But like as a kid. This was just a freaking amazing toy. This because you didn't really get that much genre stuff. You had Migos and you had the James Bond car, and this Batmobile was cool because they had like the chain slasher, and they had the flames, and when you move the wheels, certain things would happen. Really freaking cool. And the Batboat. So now one thing that Corgi did which was really silly in the original packaging, was Batman and Robin were both in the car, like in the front and the back. So what they did in the packaging, Batman and Robin, I think in the Batboat, are not in the car, because like it never made sense to have like 2 Batman and 2 Robin in the in the car. Yep. So yeah. So this is just a really cool. Cool car, and they would shoot these little missiles out that you could chew on, don't swallow. Batmobile owner badge, and just a really great display. But that was what was silly. Like you had Batman and Robin in both there, so that was kind of funny. But they really go out of the way, and then you get if you buy one of these mint in the box, it's a ridiculous price. So so one thing, each model was presented with Batman and Robin figures, which, when displayed together, feature the unusual sight of Batman and Robin in both cockpits. To avoid that anomaly, this special Corgi model edition has all 4 figures included separately, thus allowing you to position them as you wish. Yep. Corgi collectibles know that the 1967 GS3 box was a unique illustrated header card, which folded flat, allowed it to be sent to retailers without damage. Yep. And an insert to hold the models in position. Later versions omitted the header with the yellow insert. So they really go all out of their way to show this. Yep. And out of stock already. Wow. So it looks like it's. I guess did it sell out? I don't know if they're going to do another run. Well, I guess I'm glad that I bought it. But let's look. Let's look on Fleabay for what this goes for now in the box. So I mean, yes, it's not an original, but it's awesome. Yeah. Celebrity birthdays today. Directors Zack Snyder and Ron Howard. Actors Jensen Ackles is 48, and Dukes of Hazzard's Catherine Bach. Oh my God, Catherine Bach is 72. Ali Larder is 50. Yeah, on Landman, is a famous show now. Or most, probably she's going to be known more for Landman now, I think, than Varsity Blues. BSG and A-Team actor. Oh, Dirk Benedict, Face Man. It's 81 today. Happy birthday, Dirk Benedict. That's why I was seeing pictures. Yep. And Dara says, what's wrong with saying drive carefully? Come on, man. Well, that's what I was saying. There's nothing wrong. I just hope there was no ill intent there, man. So that's all I'm saying. Yep. And RobAltis said, I had that Corgi Batmobile. That's a sweet ride, right? Sweet ride. Just a lot of fun. So I never had it. Someone had the chance to buy this again. It's just all, it's just great. Yeah, it's a repro, but man, it's nice being able to get this, as a nice set. So let's look here, like, how much does this cost right here? Let's see. Yeah, $172. So not, they're not cheap, right? Yep. So, and of course it's not in perfect, that one's not in perfect shape. It looks like it's got all the parts. $200 here. Yeah, so they're not cheap. And of course, yeah, there's something different between, first gen versus second gen. Yeah, and it had this cool, Batman's on the bottom there. So I'll have to do a review of this when I get it. Yep. I had them, but stupid younger brothers broke them. Yeah, that's what always happens. Someone breaks them, right? Yep. And I had a thrift store find today. Darth Maul, Obi-Wan, and Qui-Gon figures. Awesome. I hope you bought them all too. Yep. That's great. When hopefully you find them at a good price. Yep. Oh, 1983 compact disc were released. Billy Joel 52 album was the first CD. It was Billy Joel was the first CD. Wow. What album was that? Studio? Oh, what was that?
I thought we talked about this a few weeks ago.
Yeah. What was the first CD? It was
52nd Street, wasn't it?
52nd Street. Thank you. Yeah, 52nd Street. So 1978, originally a 78 album. Yeah. Well, that makes sense. As popular as Billy Joel was back then. Yeah. They had a Corgi Jr., which was 1/64 scale. Good night, Brian. Thank you for hanging with us tonight. Yep. Well, we got a lot of people watching now. Our audience is really growing. The later we go, the audience grows. Thank you, everyone. Yep.
Which sucks because it's tough for me to stay later because I got to be up in the mornings on Mondays.
Yeah. We'll go through a couple enabling things, and I gotta get to work tomorrow, and I gotta help my mom in her house tomorrow. And screw those guys at Google because I had all these Google Nest thermostats I put at mom's house, and she's alone, and I want to be able to monitor her, what's going on in her house, and they nixed like the first and second generation Nest thermostats, so I bought one new one for her so I can like monitor because she had some burst pipes, like the temperature went down, and screw you, Google. It's like, they didn't have to make it so you couldn't still use the Nest thermostats in the app. I mean, allegedly they said it was due to security concerns, but come on, they could have come with a workaround. So all the thermostats still work, but you can't schedule them or use the phone or the apps. Or the nice thing was I could see what, did mom forget to turn the thermostat up, or, she's in her 80s, so God bless her. So I got to go over there tomorrow and fix some things. And her satellite dish in that big storm blew off her roof. She's like, she kept telling me, like, I go over, I'm like, the satellite dish isn't working. I'm like, yeah, because it blew off the roof. It's gone. So I gave her my Google login. So I'm going to have to set her up. I got to teach her how to use Google YouTube TV. So she was stuck. She's like, the TV's not working. I'm like, yeah, there's a reason for that. Yeah, I can't fix that. Yep. And Darth says, I have the Jedi, the Batmobile. Oh, that's an awesome car. Yep. The Mach 5 car. They're awesome. Yeah, those I've seen those. Those are beautiful. Yeah, and those are pretty big, big scale, if I recall, too, on those vehicles. Yeah, those are really nice. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So these were toys as a kid that I just had to have and or wish to have. You know, you remember like, oh God, I just wish I had that. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, so go try to grab that if you can. If I don't know if it's going to be available for sale again, but the Corgi Model Club is pretty awesome. Now this is for our buddy Tom. Did I ever show you? I don't think you were on when. Did I show you these?
No, but I was aware of these. So
yeah. So this is Vice Press. Where I love Vice Press. Unfortunately, they're across the pond, so the shipping can be expensive. So these look freaking cool. Now I don't know if they're still available, but they're not cheap. But I love this retro VHS stuff here.
I would never pay that much for a tape.
Yeah, for a tape. But if it was like 4 or 5 movies, it wouldn't be bad though. Yeah. But this is only you can pick which color, which turtle you want.
Well, for another thing, it's a PAL format, so unless you have a PAL VCR, you can't play it anyway.
You can't play it, right? Yeah, yeah. Please note, we only play on European VHS players.
And I'd have to dig out. I think the one VCR I do have saved somewheres, but yeah,
that could play PAL. Yeah.
No, they could just play anything. Like I don't
play anything. Right? Yeah, I don't have.
I do have. I think I have one somewheres, but yeah.
Yeah, I do have a VHS hooked up. I have a converter in the basement, so it's a DVD to VHS. You could write, so I can copy my VHS. But the crazy thing is, it's tougher to copy a VHS movie that has the copy protection on it than like a DVD, since DVDs have been cracked to back up. But like home movies and stuff, I have some that and or stuff that I recorded off of TV. But yeah, it's actually tougher to do that. But I bet you 99% of the people, Tom, what do you think, would just buy this for a display and never play it? What do you think?
Yeah, because I doubt most people even have a player to play it in, let alone.
Yeah, even if you're.
So it's just a display thing. And I mean, to me, it probably would have been better. Well, of course, this is the UK, but had they been replicas of what they actually looked like back in the day, and there was something cooler about them than them just being another tape. But, like, I get what you like. Yeah, it's kind of neat.
Yeah, and this is well, I guess it's the original. This is original art here, right?
I have a version of that poster somewhere, but yeah.
Yeah, that's a great poster. Yeah, classic. Yep. So we love turtles here. Yep, we love turtles. Yep.
I like turtles.
I like turtles. Yep. Oh, celebrity reports are buzzing, saying that Spider-Man actors Tom Holland and Zendaya have tied the knot. Well, God bless them and best of luck. And I hope you don't have
it'll be Tom
Spider
Zendaya?
babies. Tom Zendaya. I hope you don't have
Tom Daya.
Tom Daya. Hope he doesn't have spider. They don't have spider babies. Yeah, but hope he really isn't radioactive. Yep. Oh, Cowabunga. Oh yeah, we'll have to play some Cowabunga here. Yeah, why don't I think of that? Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, I think I do have. And my 3D printer may or may not be working on some more turtle-related stuff at the moment. I won't say. Yep. I always got to keep that 3D printer going. So, yep. So we've got that for enabling, and then we also had, of course, a lot of Star Trek stuff in the news with the 60th anniversary of Trek. So this is a very cool book that's coming out from the great William Shatner. And William Shatner and you. And you can actually get yourself into the book. I guess you can leave a comment. I don't know if there's still time to do it, but he was asking for anecdote, quotes or how William Shatner, affected your life for Star Trek. So you pre-order the book, be featured in the book. So there's different ways you can do it. Choose your edition. So I guess just the standard edition is $35. And the Essential Fan Edition, whether you're a lifelong fan or just beginning your Shatner journey, this edition is your gateway into the legacy. Greetings, my fellow adventurers of explorers of the final frontier. I'm here to guide you on a bold new adventure. I'm thrilled to announce my upcoming book, William Shatner and You. It's a cosmic journey where you, my incredible fans, can become part of the story. This isn't just a chance to own a piece of history, it's an opportunity to make history, to have your voice echo across the galaxy alongside mine. What are you waiting for? Set your course, engage, and let's make this book a stellar adventure together. Pre-order now, and let's boldly go where no fan has gone before. So I guess, he'll sign the book for you, like a signed edition, limited legacy editions. I guess the standard one's $35, but I guess the Crane Conundrum, yep. So personal dedication page. So I guess there's a way to sign up and get more information from our team. Yep. So it looks interesting, and we love William Shatner here, right? So was it? I was talking about that dinner with William Shatner. Yeah, so that's at the Star Trek set. Let's see, what's the link for that? Let me find that. In Ticonderoga, New York. Yep. So it's let me put that link in too. So I'm guessing the dinner might have sold out by now. I gotta put that link in. Let's see, Star Trek. I always say Fort Ticonderoga, and I think it's Star Trek Tour. I believe is the website. Let's see here. Is it StarTrekTour.com? I think that's what it is. I don't have a memory as good as Spock, but tour. And they are officially licensed by Paramount. Yeah, so here we go, Star Trek Tour. I'll put that in the chat if anyone wants to check that out again. And I'm just going to leave that in my show notes. So it's cool that StreamYard has this note tab. I can leave that in. So check that out. But yeah, this looks like fun. And William Shatner's got a fantastic sense of humor. So if you're a fan of Bill, go check that out, and go check out that dinner with Bill. That would be an awesome. God, I would like do a meetup there. That would be a fun weekend. Because what they're doing now, they're fixing the shuttlecraft Galileo. So there's a Kickstarter, and I got to support this Kickstarter. I think it's got some time left. They're bringing this shuttlecraft Galileo to this Star Trek Tour set. And all right, so they've gotten 200,000 of their goal. There's 13 days to go, and they're basically making the hangar deck, of the Enterprise. There will be on display. So check that out. And worthy cause, right? One of my favorite Star Trek episodes, if not the most famous. Oh, so they needed 50K more. They're going to do a video wall so they could do scenes from the show there. So that's their stretch goal. So. You can give as little as $1 and go all the way up to some big amounts there. But I really like that hat. So, that's $100. I don't know if let's swing that, but I really do like that hat. And I guess last week we'd looked at it. I don't know if you're on time. I don't think you're on time, but which version of the hat, the Galileo one here or the numbered one? But I think the audience consensus was this hat was the red and black one was the more popular one. I don't know, which one would you buy or get, Tom, if you had a choice?
I don't know. I like hats, but I don't wear a lot of hats.
Okay. All right.
So I don't mind either. I think they're both fine. I think that most people would know what the NCC 1701 would probably make more sense to some people as opposed to the Galileo, maybe, but maybe not. I don't know. I can see liking that one better as far as the design. Yeah.
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 I kind of wish they had like an NCC 1701 /7, like a small, like in this corner here, if you can see, because if you know, and you know that. But like something Star Trek, like this one's the obvious one. But I like the color, like almost like if they'd done the same color. Right, I agree
with you. Like that hat almost looks like somebody who would be like a maintenance worker for a Galileo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right?
You work for the company.
Colors. Yeah. The color and the crease there, whatever. Yep. So I would go with this one. But I don't. Did they change? I don't remember the hat being $100. I thought the hat was cheaper.
That's a lot for a hat. Jesus criminy.
I think you get the T-shirt too. I think you get, and also receives. I help land. All right, so you get the T-shirt and the hat. You get everything below it. So it's cumulative. So you get the digital renderings. Yeah, so you're moving up. So that's not bad for $50 for a hat and a T-shirt, because T-shirts are like, what's a T-shirt now? $25 at least, and a hat's $25. So yeah, it doesn't cost them that much, but you still got to make. They've got to make some money, so to donate to the cause. So not so bad to get both, I guess. Yeah, that patch is really cool too. Yeah. Maybe I'll 3D print that patch for myself and make some of those stickers there. Yeah, but I can't afford to do that for $200. But you get mugs. Yeah, you can go on the bridge for $1,000. Yeah, we covered this all last week, but very cool. Yeah, and Gates McFadden's gonna be 76. My goodness gracious. Yep. And 29th birthday of Becky G. She's Trini in the movie reboot The Power Rangers. Cool. Yep. Yeah, it's all the merch you get, $100. Really not. Yeah, it's not that bad considering it's cumulative. Yeah, so it's not just the hat. So you get everything that
makes more sense.
Below that.
Yes.
Yeah, it's everything that's below it. So yeah, that's a pretty good deal. Yeah, not just the hat, but yeah, that $100 level. Then you get the hat. So pretty darn cool. Yeah. I really like that patch. That patch is awesome. Yep. The Galileo has landed. I think if that was on the hat, that patch, that would have made a really good. I guess if you get the patch, this is a patch. You could put it on your own hat, I guess, right? Or do whatever you want with the patch. So I think that would make it really cool. Like instead of that numbering here, putting that patch that Okuda designed on there would be pretty cool. Yep. I bet you someone's going to do that, right? Yep. So that's pretty wild. Yep. And so check that out. I think that's enough enabling for tonight. Hopefully, I cost everyone a good amount of money, but that's a good cost, right, Tom? It's not cheap. It's not cheap being on the show, right? We I get you. So one way or another, unfortunately. Yep. But let me, I guess it's about time to head on out here, but I do want to thank all our awesome channel members. And I've been doing a bunch more members-only video. We've got a YouTube class I've been taking, and they're helping creators. So part of that is doing some more members-only video and showing you how to do all kinds of YouTube stuff. So I've been in YouTube school, so hopefully I'm getting a little bit better at this stuff. But I do want to always give a huge shout out to channel members, and you do get to use all these cool avatars and such here. So very nice, and yeah, really appreciate everyone who's been here. God, we've had some members that have been here for years now, which is amazing. So really appreciate that. And here, let me download our member list, and a huge shout out to Sean Estep, who donated 10 memberships last month, which was super nice. And thank you to the Real Headcase, a recent membership. And let's see, Cypher Chaos, of course. I think that was part of those membership gifts. And of course, our oldest member is Brian Hepburn, JT Kirk, and Interpretive Jill with 30 months, and 70s rock fan Christian Delorme, DJ Ronnie G, RobAltis, 26 months, Dadman, 24 months, Dave C, Mandalorian has been here 26 months, Wes Cagle, RT and Z, Professor R2, Joe's Atmosphere, Captain James T. Skywalker, World Devourer, Alaska Jeff, the Great Admiral Teague, Sean Estep, Darren M, Anima Confusa, Imperatus, Hosea, all new members. So let me download this link. I don't play my video. I think I did update the video here for all our members, but really appreciate everyone out there, and hope everyone has a great week, and thank you for being here, Tom. It's always awesome getting to hang with you.
Thanks for having me. Sorry I've missed out the last few weeks, but
yeah. And any do you want to give any channel updates or
stay tuned for some announcements soon. Andre just launched his Norwegian channel, so we're getting that rolling, and then soon hopefully we'll have something with Mead happening, so stay tuned.
So something is in the works, of course. Yep. So looking for Tom's awesome return soon to I guess we could say a new channel, but ridiculously the YouTube algorithm AI is snagging a lot of people now for crazy reasons. So we need human overlords too, please, out there. As much as AI can do certain things, we need humans looking at this stuff, please. So, but let's play this for channel members as a thank you. Thank you, everyone, again. Thank you, Donnie. And let's, of course, I want to thank Sajasia6 for amazing $10 super chat, the gayest panel ever. Thank you, 6. Much appreciated. And our top fans for tonight, of course, on the horizontal. I have no deck. There we go. It's Courtney, Claude. I'm so bad sometimes. Yeah, Jonathan Conroy, Hamdinger, Anthem 21, Abali's Minion, Lemon Pie, Dadman, Jay Price, The Real Head Case, Oliver Belmonte, Darcipio, Killy Chow, Maddie's Daddy, Brian Hepburn, Phantom, Admiral Teague, Jamie Lynn, RobAltis, Brian Barth, Cypher Chaos, The Stream Element Spot, Power Ranger, Donnie, and of course 6. And on the skinny side, on the vertical, we also had The Real Romeo, Donna Puget, Gen X Guy, and I don't share my data. And of course I did it again. I didn't talk about Wonderman. Tom, we'll talk about it next week, and we got to get out of here.
I only saw an episode and a half, or like maybe even a few minutes of the second half of the first episode.
Yeah.
I don't even fucking know. It was boring. I'll be honest with you. It wasn't bad, but it was just boring.
Yep.
And I hate saying that because I love stuff about movies and TV shows and like behind the scenes making of stuff. But like when your main character is annoying as hell, it just didn't
a
work
loser.
for me. It's not so much that he's just annoying.
Yeah.
I felt everything that the people in this I would have fired him too as a director. I'd been like, get rid of this guy. He's just too much. Like that to me was the issue. I liked Slatterly coming back because that's not a character I ever hated before. So to me, that
Trevor
part
Slatter,
was a plus. Yeah, but it was almost
Yeah.
it felt obligatory, and I just didn't get too far into the second episode. I'm like, yeah.
And then
this
are you
is
going to
more
go back
boring.
to? You're going to go back to it, or you're not?
I doubt
you're done
it.
with it.
I doubt
it. Okay. Yeah.
I don't really have, I hate to say it, but the show that I think I made it all the way through, because I've only made it through one of these Disney Plus shows, has been Hawkeye. And that show was good all the way up until that last episode.
Didn't stick the landing, yeah.
It didn't quite, but other than that, it was fine. So, I just have not seen one of these Disney Plus shows that has been able to keep me engaged through the whole thing. I've seen the first episode of most of them. I think the only other one I got nearly all the way through was WandaVision. I got about halfway through.
Okay.
But that's been about it. Like even She-Hulk, I think I lasted an episode or two. Most of them I last an episode, maybe 2 tops. So that's the average.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yeah. So I no, it's a honest review is what we want. So I'd watched the first episode. I forgot I had watched the first episode because my brother-in-law tonight, he's a normie, a great guy, but a normie, unfortunately. And he's like, "Oh, I watched Wonderman. I really liked it." Now he's in video production and behind the scenes. So this movie, I've only seen the first 2 episodes, but he really liked it. But it's all like behind the scenes making of a show, and I don't know how that much that continues. But the Wonderman character is like a down on his luck actor, and it's all about the first 2 episodes are all about getting the role. And Trevor Slattery, Ben Kingsley is fantastic. Joe Pantoliano's in it, and I like Iron Man 3 a lot. Most people don't like Iron Man 3, but I really dug Iron Man 3. Can't have a long discussion now, but I love that character. I knew it wasn't the Mandarin. And, that's what it turned out. It was him being hired to play the Mandarin. And of course, Shang-Chi has its own set of faults, but I did like the movie. Not, if they called it something else, it wasn't really Shang-Chi from the comics. But yeah, so far it's been like trying to get, he's a down on this luck actor, and the whole thing is at least it's not a direct race swap. It's like there was a show in the 50s called Wonderman, and they're remaking it, or there's a movie, I guess, and they're remaking it as either a new movie or TV show. So he's trying to get cast. But like that opening scene, Tom, he's like this uber annoying actor where he's trying to get into the head, and like he's like in this show, and it's a show filming a show, and it's like he's a minor character who's supposed to get killed, and he keeps suggesting stuff to the director, like, why don't you do this and show these books on the screen, and here's the background of the character, and it's like basically you're there to get killed off in this last episode. And I guess he was on the show, but then they get so fed up with him, they're like, we're going to kill you off screen because we can't deal with you anymore. You're fired, off this TV show. So I'm going to keep watching, and I guess the episodes are short episodes. But the thing is, he has superpowers, but they're not allowed to hire anyone with superpowers to work in the show. I don't know why, or in TV. But yeah, it's I can see where if it's there's not a lot happening. I think it's basically a character show in terms of it's not as much superpowers or super heroic so far, more of a character study. So your mileage may vary, but I'm going to keep going with it. But Ben Kingsley he's just so awesome to watch. So but new shows, we're getting Lanterns is coming out, so that's going to be interesting to see what that show is like. And we're also getting a Vision TV show coming in 2026, so we'll have to see how that does. But all right, well, as Lemon Pie says, thank you for the stream. Thank you, Tom. Yeah, I try, you can never get out of here because we always have too much fun here. But again, thanks everyone, and God bless America. Hope everyone's safe out there, especially our troops fighting for us. And yeah, it's been a crazy weekend, but everyone have a safe, healthy week. We'll catch you on Toxic Tuesday, and check out, of course, Midnight's Edge during the day, and we'll be back for the next Sunday Night Geekery. So take care, everyone, and we'll see you on the next one. I'm going to pull us out here. We'll play a few clips, and then we're going to get on out of here. So thank you again, Tom.
But I pity the fool.
That was disturbingly not delicious.
Your agonizer, please.
Would you like some toast? Some nice hot crisp brown buttered toast.
Kneel before Zod!
You have to set an example even in the face of stupidity. Now everybody that reads comic books knows that Kirby's Silver Surfer is the only true Silver Surfer.
I just love clobbering time.
Fun storming the castle.
It's 106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Still here? It's over. Go home.